Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ireland Live for Wednesday, the 17th of December, 2025. My name is Paul Fitzsimons. I'm joined this evening by Mr. Martin Murphy. Hello, Martin. How are you?
Not Orla.
Not
Hello,
Orla.
everyone.
No,
Yeah.
Orla has a pantomime tonight.
Watch the numbers plummet.
Yeah, no, I remember this time last year because I think she was just after canvassing or something like that, and it was I think it was the same. It was a Wednesday night. I think it was on as well, and she had to do it. She did it from the car. Do you remember? She did. I remember her doing it from the car. Yeah. Just let's have a look at a few comments there. Hi, Chris. Hi, Paul. Hi there, Paul. Hi, Vincent. Hi, Chris. All grand, Vincent. Evening, all. Hello, Drew. Drew Cook. Evening, all. Drew. How are you? I'm going to feed that hens. Chuck or law. Good day, mate. Sarah Malone. Oh, you repost the stream. Yeah, please repost it everywhere, people, if you can. Chris Bourne, that's right. I think I remember that. Hi, Paul. Hi, Martin. Good evening, lads. Martin is getting live text as we speak.
Sorry, apologies. It never ends. It never ends.
Now I'm getting live phone calls as we speak.
Yeah.
And I can't answer that. Yeah, I just can't answer that because, I just can't. It's someone that gives me my information, so I can't really talk about much. It's the Jews. It's the Jews. Yeah, I'm telling you now, lads. I've been watching this Bondi Beach thing, and it stinks to high heaven. Tina, how are you? Tina, how are you? Good to hear you.
Hey, Tina.
But no, it stinks to high heaven. I have no interest in Jews or anything. Like I couldn't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? I really couldn't. But come on, lads. Come on. You have to be blind.
I will just say, I do not want the ideology of Judaism or the ideology of Islam to have any effect on my land. That's all I'm going to say.
But it has.
Well, I know it has, but I'm going to work to remove both. It's not my war, and there's another global war that needs to be dealt with. But look, these ideologies, they're more political than anything, masquerading as religions. They're not religions. They're all encompassing ideologies that cover, social cohesion, law, etc. I don't want either of them in my land, and I don't care if you want to kill each other. Do it in your own place. Don't come to the West and bring your fucking shite with you. And I don't care who's at fault. I don't care who's killing who. Do it somewhere else. Do it in your own shitholes. Stay the fuck out of civilized Western society.
I agree with you, Martin. I really do. Okay. I just want to kick off now tonight with this. This is just, wait to see this. You'll laugh at this, right? I don't know whether you've seen it or not.
Oh, the bandages, is it?
No, I'll show you that in a minute. I'll show you that in a few minutes. But these are the Irish MEPs who voted on whether only women can give birth. There they are, look. The European Parliament has voted on an amendment stating that only biological women can get pregnant and bear children, with Irish representative in Strasbourg appearing divided on the issue. The text was introduced as Amendment 7 to the motion for a resolution entitled My Voice, My Choice for Safe and Accessible Abortion. The amendment was tabled by members of the the ECR group. The vote saw a notable split among Irish MEPs, with Fine Gael representative Nina Carby, Sean Kelly and Regina Doherty all casting yes in favour of the amendment, supporting the idea that only biological females give birth. Okay. Was Regina Doherty not the one that was
9 genders? 11 genders, 9 genders. Yeah.
Okay, so even she sees that's that only biological females can give birth, even with the 27 genders.
Okay, so why does this need to be put on paper?
Exactly. Why?
It's just
because some NGO is pushing this. That's why. In contrast, their Fine Gael colleague Maria Walsh chose to abstain. Of course she did, because she's part of the LGBTQ cult. And independent, she was joined by independent MEP Michael McNamara, because he didn't want to upset the apple cart with anybody. He thought, listen, let's keep the gay votes, let's keep the straight votes. It's exactly what happened there. A majority of Irish MEPs present voted against the measure, indicating that they did not support the wording that only biological females could give birth. This no camp included Billy Kelleher, Cynthia O'Neill Murricu of Fianna Fáil, Lynn Boylan and Kathleen Funchion of Sinn Féin, and independent Puke Ming Flanagan. Independent Ireland Kieran Mullooly voted no. When contacted by Gript, his office confirmed that it was done in error and is in the process of being corrected. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. It was an error on Kieran's part. The vote is in process of being corrected, a spokesperson said. Kieran's practice has been that matters of much importance are not best dealt with via simplified amendments with no real meaning from debate. There's no debate here, lads. Only biological females can give birth. Are we? Is this where we are into 2025? Like, come on, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Several Irish representatives, including Barry Andrews, Barry Cowan, and I was only talking about Amadon O'Riordan earlier. Labour's Aidan O'Riordan did not record a vote or were not present for the session. He's another one. Notably, O'Riordan welcomed a new baby just days ago, which lightly explains his absence. He didn't have the bleeding baby. A biological female had the baby. Cop onto yourself, will you? Explaining his decision to abstain from the vote, McNamara said it was self-evidently true that only biological women could get pregnant, but it was not relevant to the overall amendment. Essentially, the resolution concerns the right to travel to obtain abortion services and funding. What? Men who think they're pregnant can't get an abortion. Come on. When you start putting tampon machines in the doll toilets, come on, lads. Are we gone this far?
Yes.
Look, Martin, that's serious, man. That is serious.
We're okay. So I'll tell you what I just finished yesterday. Owen Lenihan's book, so which I'll highly recommend. Okay, so Vandalizing Ireland explains perfectly how the universities feed the NGO class and how the NGO class lobbies and persuades. Essentially, government have subcontracted out everything. They subcontracted out education. All policy writing is done by NGOs. It's not done by government or civil servants anymore. They subcontract it all out, and then government put their little spin in it, and they'll do the little launch and all this kind of stuff. So like we have an issue with the senior civil servants, but the NGO class, that's a huge issue, because that's where all of this nonsense is coming from. They come out, they go into the Marxist factory. They're indoctrinated into social justice, etc., all this crap. Then they go get a job with an NGO for 80 to 100 grand a year, and then they just basically lobby government. And you know,
the tampons are for women who think they are men, not the other way around. No, they're in the men's toilets, for fuck's sake. Leo got them. They used to go fancy the point.
Scratchy, good stuff.
Well done.
John, hey, do you know what? If you're flush, you could buy the show a coffee. If you're flush, you know.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Casey gone to ground. Has he? I've just been talking to him a few minutes ago. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was talking to him. Yeah. What's that mean?
Yeah. I've just been on a call with him there. I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm sure James will tell us exactly what he means. Somebody just posted in there, have you seen the Vermin's latest rant? I have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually play Michael Leahy's video, and it was a very good video, I have to say, the president of Ireland First. And then I'm going to play Herman's one, the fake president of the Ireland First, and let's see which one you'd go
Irish
with.
Freedom Party. Irish Freedom Party, not Ireland First.
Yeah. Sorry, Irish Freedom Party. I got the book, Martin. I'm going to give it to Christmas. Yeah, he wishes he was Irish Freedom Party. €20 scratch. I thought it was for a $5. God. Listen, hey, it doesn't matter. We are being governed by pure evil. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Well, a mix of evil and incompetence. There's huge issues. How is the handsome Anthony? Anthony's still handsome, Michael.
Yeah, someone's asking there, Irish Colin, please ask Martin Murphy why he stayed in Ireland as a Judeo-Christian society, and it's great.
Squiddy.
He remains
Squiddy.
absolutely 100%. It's actually Cannonball 1185, but we know who it is.
Squiddy. All right, Squiddy Day. Yeah.
Right.
You know what? I won't block him because I'm the same. I get too much fun out of him. It's very, very, very funny. Yeah. So, but
men not having the right to give birth. It's just diabolical now that we are going to do, lads. I ask you all, we need a protest. Yeah. Go on, what are we going to say?
Yeah. The best sketch. Remember the Monty Python sketch from Life of Brian?
Which one?
The one about the it's about transgenderism. Like this is from the 1970s.
Oh yeah.
I want to have babies.
I remember.
You don't have a womb.
Baby.
Where are you going to keep it? In a box?
Yeah.
That's classic stuff.
Angela Leggett. It's all rubbish to keep our minds off the real agendas. Yeah, digital ID, immigration, housing, electricity bills, doing away with our Catholic religion. They are all Catholic abhorrers. Yeah, you're right.
Did I see some late night vote in the Dáil tonight in relation to
there is.
Do you have that?
Hold on there. Hang on there. It's in the Dáil now. It's just finished, has it?
My WhatsApp is absolutely hopping. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Show more. Hold on. Yeah, the Dáil. Let's see. What's this morning? Hold on. The House of the Oireachtas. Motion of RE restoration of private members' bill to order paper. Don't know what that.
Yeah, no, see, can I find it?
What's going on there now? Hold on there. There's no sound on it. There it is there.
Important vote, which was just called yesterday, is taking place in the Dáil this evening by Paul Murphy on a private, oh my God, abortion bill.
There he is. It's an abortion bill, is it?
Yeah, chaired by Paul Murphy, the evil little fucking scum. Oh, I won't.
And look at how many of them are in there. Look. If you had it, do you know something? If you called for something about COVID, there'd be 6 of them in there.
The Health Regulation of Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Bill 2023 lapsed due to the general election. But if restored to committee stage as proposed and ultimately passed into law, the bill would, among other things, permit abortion on request through the entire 9 months of pregnancy. Oh my God, this is this American shite where you can basically murder a baby just because it wasn't born yet. It's a terrible proposal.
We're going to go live here.
Okay.
We're going to go live here.
Order paper that already have been passed by the last Dáil. I'm asking that we vote by means other than electronic and ask people to look at their consciences and even shift from a no to an abstain to let it through. But I see that Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael have allowed a free vote on this one, but aren't going to allow a free vote on the next one.
Thank you, Deputy Murphy. We will ring the bells 3 and 3, and then we'll do a roll call. Thank you.
Wait, they're going off again. They're going to do a roll call. So I'll keep it down there. I'll keep it here to the right of me there. And when they kick back in, we'll bring it back up.
Yeah. Isn't he just the worst? He's the worst.
He's a weasel. He is a weasel.
Yeah. He's everything wrong with the man. If you could actually have an example of the worst type of man,
his picture would be there. Yeah. He's a horrible, horrible person. He really is. Oh, how do people at Tallaght keep voting him in? Like, is beyond me. He got in off the back of the water protest thing because he jumped on that. You know what I mean? Well, he got arrested. Remember?
The Marxists are clever, right? All the cultural Marxists are smart, right? They pounced on the economic collapse and tried to become heroes of the people, but the agenda is always communism. You know what I mean? So at the time, they were able to get a platform saying, "Oh, look at the rich people getting bailed out, and the poor, this, that, and the other. The working class suffered, and people lost their jobs, and all this kind of stuff." they pounce on it. They're smart. They're clever. They see their opportunities. You never have to worry about entities like that getting too big. The worry is, like they did with the presidential election, is that they get into bed with Sinn Féin. And if you've got Labour, Sinn Féin, People Before Profit, and all the Workers' Party and all the other communist parties combining together and pooling resources, and we say not running candidates against each other, then we're in a bit of trouble. And I'm telling people now, if we ever have a Sinn Féin-led communist government, Ireland is lost. We are never getting it back. Find a way out of the place. It's as simple as that. We never ever recall. They will destroy the whatever bit of fake economy we have left. They will destroy it. They will absolutely destroy it. We will, bar an armed revolution, we will not get the country back.
Yeah, it's true.
And there's no appetite for an armed revolution, unfortunately. There's not the will there. There's no, people like their pints and their soccer and their hobbies and whatever and whatnot, and that's it.
And there we
Look,
have it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's just the way it is, isn't it, Martin? You know.
But look, anyway. Regardless, we still fight. We do our bit. We'll continue with our multi-pronged approach. We'll continue tapping away with politics. We'll continue. Actually, speaking of which, we should kind of come around to politics, should we?
Yes, we should. Yes, we will indeed. Have you stuff you need to put up there? Or?
No, we'll just talk through it. It's I've already put my post up online. I'm sure most people would have seen it at this point. So we got some good news there a couple of weeks ago. That basically the ELC, as people may or may not know, we are essentially the AC, the Orcola of Ireland First, which was democratically handed over to Anthony Casey as president, and myself, I have a role, Paul has a role, and a few others have a role. And we were working in early this year, basically working on policy and working on structure and basically trying to get a viable nationalist movement off the ground. Somebody put in an objection to, as you're perfectly entitled to do, anybody can object to any political party getting registered or getting handed over. And that was fine. It stifled our work for a few months. I personally was very unhappy about it because I have a thing about time and it was taking time for me. But we continued. We continued with our work in the background, and the ELC, Electoral Commission, the highest body that makes decisions on basically who owns a political party or who's the chief person, who the decision makers. It boils down to basically who can actually nominate candidates to run for the party. The ELC found in our favour and said that everything that we said from the start was 100% true. It was all above board. The party was legally, within the guidelines, handed over to a new president and a new group of people to run it. And the previous owners, so to speak, that were left were happy for it to, that actually said they were done with politics and they didn't have any use for it. So that was fine. We had to wait until 12 o'clock on Friday to ensure an appeal hadn't gone in, and then we find out yesterday that an appeal actually was put into the decision made by the ELC. The appeal was put in by Margaret Maguire. She is founding member of Ireland First. She left the party in writing in late January or early February of this year. It's unclear as to where the first objection came from. There's two sort of stories knocking around that it was a person from another party and it was a misunderstanding and blah, blah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That is in the past. The ELC found in our favour. Unfortunately, Margaret has decided to put in an objection to this. And I'm hearing that okay, so the objection is actually questioning the decision of the ELC. It's nothing to do with us. And I would hope that the ELC will just maintain their original decision and not, there's no new evidence or anything like that. Nothing has changed. Everything was above board. It was, in my opinion, it's an extremely spiteful and cowardly, and it just, I'm tired of people working in the dark. And we don't work in the dark. We actually say too much sometimes. We talk all the time about everything we're doing and what we plan to do and this, that, and the other. We're very open. Our ethos is do it in the light. And that's kind of the core of what we've done since we started this journey a couple of years ago. So I don't like when people work in the dark or are sneaky and manipulative. But anyway, it is what it is. It just means we're sitting on the fence again in relation to Ireland First. We're not quite sure what way it will go. Like, the hope is that the ELC will just say, well, no, we made our decision, and there was that party handover was all above board, perfectly legitimate, and we're sticking with that decision. But this person, Margaret Maguire, I was angry yesterday, and I put up a post, and I stick by it. I had said what I would do, and the person who put in the post knows it, because we have a mutual acquaintance that shares information. And I said I was going to go scorched earth, because time, if you take time from me, I take it extremely personally. Now, that person was given loads of opportunities to have coffees, come and chat. Like, at the time, at the start of the year, we wanted her to come on board and work with us, and
we wanted her to come on to the AC with us.
Yeah. So for whatever reason she is now, there's something I'm going to address and correct. Well, maybe not correct, but I'll address it anyway. I mentioned that she was basically working with the Hibernia Party, Kieran Kelly, etc., etc., etc. I have been contacted, and some of the rest of us have been contacted by people working with the Hibernia Party. Kieran Kelly has said that he is going to leave us alone. He shouldn't have started throwing stones in the first place.
He's not going to leave me alone. He's not leaving me alone. That's good.
Well,
I hope
look, there was a couple of insults thrown our direction. Again, I've a wonderful sense of humor, so I see the funny side of it. But he said that now everybody has to realize we didn't know him from whatever. He started throwing stones at us for we still don't know the reason. Like, he still hasn't said exactly why. But anyway, it's irrelevant. The Hibernia Party have reached out and said Margaret Maguire is not affiliated to us. She was there at the start, and she left. Okay, and they said another few people were there at the start, and they have left. I can only take these people at their word. I would hope they're honourable men. That remains to be seen. But as I said, I'm going to remove the post that mentions the Hibernia Party in connection with Margaret Maguire, because the Hibernia Party have told me that she has nothing to do with them as of now. But she was there at the start in the gathering of the people. I wish the Hibernia Party every success in whatever iteration it takes. I sincerely hope that it is for the good of the Irish people. I'd be dubious about that myself personally, because of how it first came to light and how it was first mentioned, because of Kieran Kelly's actions. That's on him. There seems to be good ground effort. The person I was speaking to was very forthcoming about what they're doing, what their plans are, when their launch time is, etc., etc. All I can say is best of luck, and I do sincerely hope that you are genuine. My personal advice would be just do everything in the light. No secrets. Just don't do secrets, because secrets make people talk. People start talking, you get rumors, you get lies, you get this, that, and the other. Just be honest and open. We need honest and open political entities, like we're trying to create. And all we get is attacked for it. But anyway, I have no more to say on the matter. I will remove the post after the show. Margaret Maguire did put in an objection and an appeal to us continuing with Ireland First. I am not happy about it, because again, it's stifling our efforts to continue our political approach. And remember, we do the multi-pronged approach. We're working on lots and lots of different avenues and stuff like that. But the political one is important. And like I said, it smacks of spite or pettiness or something like that. Again, my
need for it. No need for it whatsoever.
I've no more to say on the matter, and I think that's addressed as honestly and openly as I can be. I don't know, what are your thoughts on it, Paul?
I think it's a load of bullshit, to be honest with you. I really do. There's no need for it whatsoever. Like, we won the case, we won the ELC. We've been going through this for months now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, other people that were involved with the party don't want nothing to do with it now either. You know what I mean? We've won the ELC. They've stepped away, and it's just Margaret now that's prolonging this. Why she's doing this, I don't know. Is it to get at you, me? I don't know her. You know what I mean? I've never met. I met her once up at the courts a couple of years ago with another one of the girls. Other than that, I don't know her. you know,
Yeah,
and
well,
I don't
look,
really care.
neither do I, and she's not somebody I want in my life. As soon as do you know what it feels like? Actually, it's a bit stalkerish, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
yeah, we're going to
we,
take down.
do you know what we have that kind of effect on people for some reason, don't they? They just
Yeah,
can't seem to let things go.
yeah. Mm. Here in
um,
the UK, I'm seeing constant stabbings and migrant crimes all the time in Ireland every other
yeah,
day. It's all over
crazy.
Ireland. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Get ready as we can be. We are getting ready. We are. We've Shannon and Dina there. We're getting ready. Trust me. We will have a big power there. Honesty doesn't exist when it comes to politics. Yeah, I agree with
That's
you, Tina.
do you know, Tina, you're right in a sense. So let's actually do it. I'm everything is on that. Let's actually change that.
Is Margaret the Alico McGuire account? That's exactly who it is. Yeah, it's Margaret, Alico, or Hallie. She goes by 3 different names for some reason. I don't know.
But in relation to the honesty in politics, you can choose to be honest. It's a choice. You can choose to be dishonest, or you can choose to be honest. I'm honest all the time, and the amount of crap I get from it, because I say, and you know what? Like I said, I always put my hands up. I've said stupid things. I've made mistakes. Sometimes I'm not educated enough. Sometimes I haven't read enough, and things like that. And my opinion changes all the time based on new data coming into my my brain. But you can have honest politicians. Now, can an honest politician? Here's the question. I'll throw this out to the viewers. Can an honest politician get elected?
Yeah, very hard. Very hard. You know. Let's see in the Dublin by-election how many honest politicians get elected.
We'll find out. We will find out.
Let's see how many honest ones we actually have running there. You know what I mean? So we've seen a few.
It's going to be a crowded field again. So like I said, it'll be about transfers. So it's kind of a case of like it doesn't matter what, everything from center all the way to actual far right need to, I would say, get into some kind of a transfer.
But they're not going to. They're not going to. That's the thing here. Yeah. Like, come here to tell you, I remember when I ran for the IFP last 2 years in the locals, and I ran and I got 520 odd. I got 5% of the vote. It was, this was great. And I remember being told, with transfers, Paul, you could get in. I got no transfers. I think I finished up on 700. I got honestly, none of them transferred. None of them. X on my name, X. Pictures of Hitler, and fuck off. Like, you know what I mean? Come on. So transfers don't work. I don't care.
It's I'm more trying to throw out the public olive branch, if you know what I mean, to people that you might actually want to align with, so to speak. It's but look, we're primarily doing our own thing, but it would be interesting to see if I'm intrigued by successes, right? And the left, even though it kills me to say it, they had a massive success with Catherine Connolly, coming to basically all coming together, all singing off the same hymn sheet. So they're, it's watch what your enemy does. Watch what your enemy does, and if they get a win, you have to mimic their tactics, and you have to find ways to counteract their tactics. We should have a lefty infiltration wing that actually goes into people before profit and the Social Democrats and Labour and start spreading rumours and lies about Ivana Balick was calling Collie Kearns a fat bitch and all this kind of stuff, and just get the ball. They're doing it to us. People don't realise it. So a lot of
Alan is just saying that. Alan's just saying that I'll get sorted for that by-election in Dublin. I have a shitload of family in D1, and I know 50% on Scummo Hill we will do well. And then we have, I think, listen, once I get out canvassing and I get talking to people and people see who I am and what I'm about, it could go well. You know what I mean? I'll get out into it. I don't mind putting the groundwork in. I do it on my own here. Like when I was part of a party, I was out on my own on the ground. I had a couple of lads with me for 2 or 3 days. But other than that, you were out on your own. Like, you know what I mean? You had to put up your post. phone, you had to buy your posters. Yeah, it's all bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? They promise you the sun, the moon, and the stars. It's not. It's not all the glam and glitz they tell you it's going to be like. You know what I mean? Like, Herman sold this to me as, oh, this will be great. This will be this will be that. We'll have you in a bus bringing you around the country. And I fell for all that bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? I did, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
But no more. But listen, once you put in the groundwork is the big thing here. You need to be talking to people, anyone you can talk to. That's who you need to talk to. Talk to the businesses. We'll see now. Malik will be out tomorrow now doing videos outside the business. One of the lads rang me. This is no messing. One of the lads rang me about last week, and he says to me, "I'm gonna be honest with you, Fitzy." He says, "If anything, you've put a fucking spark on the Malik's hole." He says he's done 12 videos in 12 days. He says, unheard of. He said he done fuck all before that. He said since you came out and said you were running as a candidate in there, he says he's had to do 12 videos. So well, there you go. Something's at the get.
If you spurn a sitting councillor into a bit of work and a bit of action, then you've done it. You've done it good. So it's as simple as that. Yeah. Do you want to just rise, Paul? I can't canvass for you.
Why?
I can't do a Dublin accent. Who'd fucking listen to me in Dublin? There you go.
No. All you need to do is just knock on the door when you come out. Just go, come here. I have this fella that wants to talk to you. That's it. I understand.
They'll be looking at me going, who's that fucking Muck Savage and what's he talking
There's
about?
that Martin Murphy fella, that inbred from Blade and Kerry, yeah.
Inbred from Kerry. I laughed at that.
Yeah, so do I. Okay, thanks, Paul. I've seen the transparency of the people in this group. It's breathtaking, and I personally welcome it. I will share and support any way possible. Thank you very much,
Thanks, Sarah.
Fair play to you.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, much. Mohammed El Bebshi, you're up there. You just can't be the two words. Do not go together ever. I don't know what that means. Alan C. Herman, Derek, and the Waffler, Captain Birdseye are full of shit. All talk, no action. I agree.
I have.
But apparently, the captain has nothing got to do with the Hibernia party or anything. So let's rest. Put that one to rest now. Or have we been told this just so as we'd say it tonight on the show? We're saying it anyway. You know?
But no. I made it very clear to the people I was talking to that if you put your face and name out there into the public domain, you cannot say that, oh, you're not allowed to talk about me or stop talking about me. This is the reality. Paul, you are out there. I'm out there. Anthony's out there. A few more of us are out there. And of course, we're going to get criticism. And of course, we're going to take heat and we're going to get like that's part and parcel of the game. But people demanding that, oh, you're not allowed to talk about me. We do a social media show. We're going to talk about everybody. Sometimes it'll be good. Sometimes it'll be bad. Sometimes it'll be funny. Here's the big thing, though. The invitation is always open. We will have absolutely anybody on the show, anyone at all. What if you want to? I'd love to do a panel interview at some stage. You know, where we get maybe 5 or 6 guys, give them all 10 or 15 minutes to put their idea of Ireland. Not leaders, you know, maybe people that are just involved high up in some sort of an organization that mightn't be that well known. So there's no bias. You just listen to what they have to say and let people make their own decision. And then we can just do fire in a couple of questions, a little bit of scrutiny, little bit of polite political back and forth. And you'll actually find if you take a handful of people out of it, nationalism could actually come together. You know what I mean? And you know what? It inevitably will come together. You know what I mean? We just have to find the right ingredients and the right people. I think we have the best leader. That's my personal opinion. I think we have a very, very strong background team. I think we've got loyalty, honesty, and humility. I think we have that in spades. And that's why I think we're a good crew. And like I said, we're open to working with anybody. So like I said, we'll find unity will eventually come, and we'll find the common ground and the common points, and all the bitching and fighting will stop eventually. It's just I said it after the elections. I said it after the general elections. Nationalism was going to get very, very, very small, and that a lot of people were just going to walk away disillusioned, and what will be left would be the very, very best and the very, very worst. And now we're having a natural weeding out process. but it's good. The best are even better than I thought. There's some fantastic people in this country doing absolutely fantastic work. So we're actually in a good place, and I'm curious to see what Hibernia is about and what they launch with, and to read the policies and stuff like that. So, what's that about Hutch? Is he running?
Jerry
Is he-
Hutch won't run. I heard he was I can't really say too much more, but yeah, as far as I know, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. It'll be an interesting one. How did he do the last time?
Who? The Hutch?
Yeah,
3,000 and odd or something like that.
that's not bad going.
He done
Not
well.
bad.
He done well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only reason Anthony gets the backlash because they couldn't buy him. That's probably what it is here. We're all the same.
There's a bit of truth to that. We are not financially motivated, and it's a case of we're the most dangerous thing to the system. We're idealists.
Yeah. Real Irish patriots in the military, police, and veterans should be forming a military government via a military ruling council, ruling via military decree. Well, Michael, I think that's why they're bringing in all these guys in case this happens. That these guys will fight against their little military. Whoever else wants to dissent.
I'd have a little bit of insight into that. Yeah, that's not happening. It isn't. It isn't going to happen. Not in a million years. Again, you might have a tiny percentage of 8,000 defense force, a tiny percentage of it, maybe 5%, maybe 400 odd people. We've been, what you call it when they cut a dog's balls off? What's the
castrated?
Yeah, I thought it was another term for it. Neutered. Men have been neutered. That could be for cats. I can't remember.
Not just the dog's balls, anyone's balls.
Yeah, but men have been neutered.
Except the trans woman's balls.
Yeah.
Or is it a trans man? I don't know.
But in reality, men have been neutered. They've been placated with bread and circuses in relation to sport, etc., etc. I'm as bad myself.
Okay, I'm gonna go live to these results. I'm gonna go. It was carried.
What?
Excuse me. That's it. The question is lost. And so we now move to the last division of the evening and deal with the relating to the second reading motion on the Animal Health and Welfare Ban on Fox Hunting Bill 2025. And earlier today on that question that the bill now be read a second time, a division was claimed and that division must now be taken. The clerk will ring the bell.
71 to 73. The other one went
for or against?
For. By 2 went through.
So the majority of the government are pushing for full-term abortion.
And that's 73 to 71. Neil was 71 and Thing was 73, yeah? That's what I just said. It popped up there. Yeah. Sure, Sinn Féin wants you to do the full term as well, up the north. Sure, of course. I'd like to see who voted on this, you know what I mean? It's sickening, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be up online shortly. I don't know. I don't know sometimes do we even deserve to live? Like what has humanity become?
Yeah.
The fact that's even being discussed in the highest seat of power in this country. Yeah, look, good and evil. It's just a battle between good and evil. That's it. You're good or you're evil.
Lads, share that out there if you can. Share that out there. You can watch us live and comment on X at FitzyDub, at Anthony L. Casey, at RuggerMorph27, at Steal a Hair on YouTube, and at Irish Column YouTube. And on Facebook, Paul Fitzsimons. That's where you can get us if you can. I think we're being shadow banned, lads. We're getting hockeyed over here for some reason. You can also send us messages on WhatsApp.
Have you not seen that across your social media accounts the last 2 weeks?
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Mine has gone crazy. I'm going to be honest. Nearly every one of my accounts has been hacked. For whether it's my Google account, well, I've been getting messages from everyone. I'm not messing. Me adverts
Yeah,
accounts.
sure. You were
Every
said to
one
me.
of them.
You were said to me links there. I was like, what the fuck is it?
TikTok. The whole lot was hacked about. I think last Saturday week or something like that it was, and I've had to go in and change passwords on everything, and I'm doing it on the computer. I'm not doing it anywhere else. You know, that's not the way.
Yeah, I just noticed the last 2 weeks that I'm down across. Actually, it's funny. Facebook notifies you when you're fucking losing traction and stuff like that. But yeah, my mind is killed at the minute. So look, it is. Look, we still. You know, even if it was only one person watching, we'd still do the fucking show. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
that's
it's
the reality. Yeah, we are providing the public service that RTE won't. Again, I'd go back to Owen Lenihan's book. There's a fantastic section on that on RTE and the money the media gets. It's very it's a fantastic read. It's actually been a while since I'd read a book cover to cover, you know, in a very short space of time, and it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating, and it's beautiful. The start of it's fantastic as well.
I'm just
in relation
laughing
to Irish history.
because fair play to DMZ. He's had to send me a load of stuff, and he has it marked the way all the marks and the whole lot.
No way.
Yeah, fair play. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, honestly. I've marked the videos with clear labels like Orla often does to make it easier. Thank you very much. I'm actually going to go with a couple of them here. I'm going to actually go with one of them here.
Yeah.
Have you seen Air Force One?
Air Force One.
Yeah. Have you not seen this?
No.
Look at this. Air Force One. 53 million plane was dropped off on Monday morning. The government's new 53 million jet has touched down in Dublin, ready to fly ministers around the globe in style. The last government greenlit the proposal to replace the old Learjet, which had repeatedly broken down and had been in use since 2004. In 2022, Taoiseach Micheál Martin was left stranded in Brussels. He didn't leave him there.
He should have fucking stayed.
So yeah, 53 million for a new jet, and we've 16,000, fucking 18,000 homeless people. Come on, mate. Come on.
I look. We're the people. We're the people allowing them to spend our tax money and all this stuff. You know, it's on us. Yeah, it's on us. Hey, Christine.
How are you, Christine? Fianna Fáil had 3 warnings on backing Gavin. Martin fights for survival as presidential debacle reviews notes just 1 meeting with ex-GAA legend and no polling done before nomination. Fianna Fáil were warned on 3 occasions about issues between their ill-fated presidential candidate Jim Gavin and his former tenant. So they knew about all of this. They were told about all of this.
Listen, you've seen
the lawyers that they told.
Yeah. You've seen the way Mickey Martin has been treating journalists and the way he's speaking to them. So you can imagine how he speaks and what he thinks of his own party colleagues. The man, I had a conversation with somebody today, and they were going on about Paul Murphy and this and the other. And what I actually said is, nope, the most dangerous man in Ireland is a guy called Micheál Martin, and have no doubt about that. That is the most dangerous man in Ireland. He will sell his soul, your children's souls, your pets' bloody souls to the highest bidder. It's as simple as that. And he's going to be another one. He's going to sail off into the sunset. Wait till you hear, I'm stepping down as Taoiseach, and 1 month later, Micheál Martin takes up massive EU role with huge amounts of money and
I was only talking about this tonight. I put a post up. Someone put something on Facebook. I don't know what it was. It was about that EU and who voted for this shit about the women. Only women having babies. And I put up a post about Aidan O'Riordan. There's videos there of Aidan O'Riordan in 2012 giving out fuck about migrants coming into the country and everything else.
Yeah.
And then in 2020, changed his tune like a lie.
Mm-hmm.
A complete 360. And 4 years later, lands a big job in Europe, 250 grand a year. Come on, lads. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, you know? Fair play.
Oh yeah,
Fitzy.
there's a pathway there for them. Yeah, it's like being private school educated and then going into the big cushy office job, etc., etc. Look, these pathways have been laid out, and all you have to do, sell your soul, take the 40 pieces of silver, and fuck everybody else. Yeah, and you could be in the EU too. Anyway, I wouldn't worry about it. The EU is going to collapse. It is now inevitable. There's a race to see if the EU can get their war. This is what's going to happen. The EU will get their war with Russia and kill all our children and most of us in the process, and print money to keep the euro alive, or the US will convince Eastern Bloc countries to pull out.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. Have a look there. Huge G, whatever. Have a look at it there, Martin. Have a read of it.
I was like, how far back is it?
It's just 9:34. 9:34. It's a few.
Oh, that's
minutes
miles back. Oh, yeah. It's like 9:34.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it out. Yeah, come on.
God, if it's funny, do.
Yeah, you'll get about 6 votes in Dublin 1. Well known, you and Anthony do be selling coke at protests and demos. You can't be trusted dipping your hand into Kulak says no GoFundMe's and meeting the Muslim bros. Now we all know who this is. We all know who this guy is. And every bit of it is lies. Now, selling coke, I never sold coke. I never done any of that shit like in my life. You can't be trusted dipping your hand into Kulak says no GoFundMe. There was never a Kulak says no GoFundMe. Never a Kulak says no GoFundMe. So you're wrong there. There was an actual PayPal account that money used to get paid into. Nothing got to do with me. Somebody else owned that account completely. You'll have to talk to him.
That's funny. Look, do you know what? I just to address these people, right? How sad do you have to be to go to the trouble of creating a new Gmail account to be able to create a new YouTube account to be able to make ridiculous comments and statements? Like, how unemployed are you? How you know what I mean? Or is it the case you're on big salary and you're free in the evenings because your job is kind of 9 to 5 and you know you don't actually have an awful lot of work to do. I don't get it. How many social media accounts do you have? I've one across every platform. That's it. I've never had a fake profile. I've never had a fake name. I've never had.
No, neither have I.
Yeah, my
I have the same email address since the year since the email.
So do I. Yeah.
I have the same account since the day it came out. I have the same Microsoft account. I have the same X account. I have the same Facebook account. I have the same Instagram. Everything is Prophet Simons. Yeah. No other account.
But it makes it so easy to say to the person with the fake account, we're better than you.
Yeah.
Simple as that. We are better than you.
Yeah. Paul,
time was precious. Life, life. Just to that last account, life is still precious. All life is precious, and we really need to fight for it and encourage people to. You know, it's funny. I was a dad at a really young age. I had kids really, really young, and it never for a second.
I'm a dad at a really old age.
Hey, good for Ireland. That's what we want. Good for Ireland. More kids. Yeah. But it never entered my head. Never entered my head for a second. No, you make your bed, you lie in it, and you're responsible for those lives until they're old enough to be responsible for themselves. It's just, and it's not in my household. As in, my children are appalled by the concept of abortion. It's just, I don't know. Go back to the Constitution. The primary educator is the parents. And parents.
The Dáil voted against that, by the way. That's what Jonathan just said. The Dáil voted against Scumbag Murphy by 72 to 70. Good.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Wow, that's brilliant. But it's worrying how close it was. We still get. We should publish the names when we get our hands on them of all the people who voted to murder babies. Do you know what's here? Do you know what? This is the funny thing. This is the contradiction. The majority of people who voted to murder Irish babies are more than likely the same Palestinian flag wavers who are giving out about the Israelis murdering Palestinian babies. Why? So,
Yeah.
why is it wrong to kill children in foreign countries, but it's not wrong to kill children in your own country? I can never get the contradictions of the leftist mindset. But yeah, the moment of conception, there's a measurable energy happening, whatever you want to call it, the soul coming back. If you believe in that kind of thing, it's measurable. Something happens when the sperm fertilizes the egg. There's a, and that is the spark of life. Yeah, and that's it. And from that point, that soul exists, and any interference in the development and growth of that soul is against God's will. And sometimes tragedies happen and bad things happen and this, that, and the other, and that it's very unfortunate, but that is it. That life should never be held responsible or accountable for how it was created. It just exists and should be allowed to exist. There's very few moral arguments to be had for abortion. I know you can get into incest, you can get it's heavy areas, but again, it's up to the individuals involved. But every support should be given to not go down that route. You know what I mean? But you're always going to have bad people in the world. But if our punishments were harsher, we would have less bad people. That's all I'll say.
Huge cock is back here again. I don't know. See, Orla doesn't like me. Orla doesn't like me putting this down.
Oh, you're being bold now because Orla is not tonight.
Yeah. Huge G cock C2. Nice one, Big H. You were arrested for waving a knife last year in town and threatening behaviour. You kept saying you'll one day prove your innocence. Everyone's still waiting. You'll get 7.5 votes. Well, I'm going to tell you now, okay, my appeal is coming up, mate. I was not done for waving anything. I was done for standing at the side of the road waiting to go for my car. And you will see that. And when you do, I hope you'll come on the show just to pat me on the back. You've gained a vote since last comment. Yeah. Job shy.
Yeah, exactly. When, like I said, there's brutal. Somebody put up there what happens if somebody's raped. It's a moral quandary, and only the person who is the victim can make that decision. It's not up for me to decide. I would prefer that every single avenue be offered to that human that suffers at the hands of a man. Every single support, every single financial, emotional, just every single support possible in whatever they want to do. But abortion on demand should not exist in this country. It's as simple as that, because people will start using it as birth control, and you will get sick freaks. You see it in America, who intentionally get pregnant just to abort the child. There's huge amounts of Americans do this, and they video it and actually say that I'm 7 months pregnant and I'm going to get this fucking thing aborted. It's disgusting, and that's where it goes, because unfortunately the leftist human being is a nasty, narcissistic, cruel, mean, satanic, whatever they are. I'm starting to even class them as human, to be honest. I think that they're a subset of humanity. There's actually some studies done on that, in relation to the leftist ideology. They're actually a subset of humanity. They're not actually quite the same as us.
They're nut jobs. Should they be in an asylum, for Jesus' sake? Sweden today gives a lousy 4 years no deportation to Iraqi man for raping a 100-year-old Swedish lady. He was her carer. These men raping the old whilst their government wants to kill the unborn. Yeah, you're right, Angela. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. Look, I didn't see about that. Usually them things pop up on my feed there and I'd see that, but I didn't see that at all. Dirty scumbag.
Our stance on Islam and the ideology of Islam is very, very clear. Now, everybody knows an honest, decent person who identifies as a Muslim. They're not Islamic, because if they're not really Muslim either, because if you're not adhering to a la carte Muslims, as I call them, but the ideology of
I know Muslims that eat rashers and sausages. Like.
yeah, but that you know what I'm saying to you. It's the same as
I know
us.
exactly. Now,
Say-
lads,
say-
now Squiddy.
Yeah.
When I say I know them, okay.
Yeah.
All those Muslims, the Muslim
Yeah.
Brotherhood, yay, hand
And,
signals and all the bollocks.
and just for Squiddy as well, because we know you're watching, we know you love the show. I don't actually personally know any Jews at all, to the best of my knowledge,
neither do
unless
I know a few hungry fuckers, all right, but I don't know whether they're Jews or not.
Yeah. Look, Islam must be removed from Western society. Full stop. Judaism must be removed from Western society. We are not. Western society is predominantly Christian. Australia is Christian. America is Christian. Canada is Christian. We're Christian nations with a Christian moral compass, and nothing else belongs in nothing else belongs in our countries. What people choose to worship in the privacy of their own home is their business, but there should be no temples or mosques in our Christian land. And if you look into it, Christianity is a hell of a lot older than people make out in Ireland. It was here a long time before Patrick. And in reality, our Christian beliefs are based upon something far older. It's a conversation for another night, but
Poor Tig there. Why you guys always dismiss? Now, is this broken English? Why you guys always dismiss the Palestinian situation as much as possible? Those guys are getting slaughtered by a Nazi regime. Yet every chance you get, you dismiss it as much as possible.
I don't
dismiss it at all. It's not my problem. It's not our problem. It's not an Irish problem. So that's why I dismiss it, and that's just the way it is. I'm not going to apologize for it.
Yeah. When there is no homeless child, hungry child, unclothed child in this country, when we have tackled our drugs crisis, when we have tackled our corrupt politicians, when we have tackled our corrupt business entities, when we've tackled all of our own internal issues, then there will be time to give sustenance to the rest of the world in small amounts where we can help. Outside of that,
hang on just for a minute, just for a sec. Huge G Cox there. Send me in a message there. I'll bring you up. Come on up and have a chat with us. Come on in, and we'll put this to bed once and for all. Send me a message there. Okay, on WhatsApp there. Look, send it there. 089 203 1521, and come on up and show your little face. Come on. I'll throw down the gauntlet now to you. Come on up and we'll put this to bed, all right? Otherwise, just stay out of the comments, mate, all right? Because you're full of shit. Okay, that's me done there for a minute, yeah?
That's fun. Look, you know what? The little bit back and forth is funny and it's interesting. It's actually, I use it on, oh no, what's this? They've been prosecuted for reading passages out of the Bible. He was near the local hospital. They're doing under the phone. Oh, buffer zones. Yeah. So yeah, you don't have in UK districts. You don't have free speech at all. Did you ever see that list of the people that have been arrested for mean tweets? Like UK tops the fucking bill by thousands upon thousands. Yeah, Tina, you're right. I've seen the videos. They're disgusting. They're not human.
Hold on. Now, okay, this guy is back again, Purity. Can you guys ever find a way of reconciling with the left? No, never going to happen. By acknowledging that the Palestinian situation is horrible, the left recognizes the right's point of view. Is there a blind spot here?
No,
I know the situation. But I don't care. It's nothing got to do with this country. This country is on its knees, lads. And you're worried about a war that is thousands and thousands of miles away from you. And you're ruining our country because of it, with your Palestinian flags and the way you have everyone divided because of this. You know what I mean? Palestine is not our problem.
I'll put a question back to this person. There are at present, I think, 86 active conflicts around the world right now. There's a thing where you can actually track active conflicts in the world. I think it's in the 80s. Okay, so that's war zones where people have been killed. In Africa, in Sudan, and in Nigeria, there have been, massacres of hundreds of people Christians, the extreme Muslim Islamists are murdering Christians in Sudan and Nigeria, probably in an awful lot of other African nations as well. So I'm going to ask you about your blind spot. Where's your Nigerian flag? Where's your Sudanese flag? There's conflicts all over the world. You have to realize, you don't realize it. The people who wave the Palestinian flag or side on the side of the Jews, you're part of a psyop. It's basically they can't get you to wave the Ukrainian flag anymore. So now they've got you waving the Palestinian flag. It's part of the divide and conquer. The right, fortunately, are not as susceptible to psyops as the left, because we weren't indoctrinated like you were through third level education systems and this, that, and the other. We're critical thinkers, so we get to see the psyop. It's not a blind spot. You're the person with the blind spot, because I share stuff about the massacres of Christians in African countries all the time. It's a case of, I know what's going on in the world. I follow as much as possible, even, like I said, knowing how many active conflicts there are on the planet. You're the one who needs to self-reflect, not us. We don't want to be involved in external conflicts. And more importantly, we do not want to bring external conflicts to our shores. I do not want the Judaism versus Islam fought in my island.
There you go. Listen to this, Nigeria. In Nigeria, the Islamists in 2023 murdered 500,000, 500,000 Christians, and no one protested about it. Islamism wants to conquer the world and make Christianity disappear. That's why I support Israel and the Jewish people. This is this fella, Azat, or whatever he is. You know what I mean? But what I'm getting at here, 500,000 Christians in 2023 were slaughtered, and nobody has protested about it. You know what I mean? Nobody has said boo about it. We've said a few things on the show, you know what I mean, about different things, and we've shown a few things. 500,000 in 2023, and not a word about it anywhere else, because you're not seeing it on the mainstream media. Mm-hmm. They only show you what they want to show you, what they want to feed you. That's what they... I was in the house yesterday, and I think my sister said to me, "Oh, that Donald Trump's a wanker, isn't he?" Why? What did he do now? I said, how are you hearing that bullshit? I said, I'm not hearing that. I said, but you are getting fed up by bleeding Virgin Media and everything else. And now he's suing the BBC for billions. Proper order. Sue them for billions.
Look.
You know?
And I'll go back to that one.
What was it? Martin, will I get a sky hook at this hour? You would, along with a skirting board ladder, if you want one. You
but have you nothing better? Come on, I'm a smart guy. You're gonna have to do better than that. Come on now.
Yeah. Could you get a bucket of steam for us, guy? Yeah. Christians in the Holy Land are living in fear, including in Bethlehem and Nazareth. Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Martin Landan, you mean Bibi and co knew exactly what was happening, took them hours to respond, and Egyptians and Jordanese, their Mossad know a lot. Don't be fooled.
Listen,
I said this before.
We know. Look, 9/11 on. We know. We noticed. We're noticing. We see. But again, there's global problems that we cannot solve yet. For the minute, we have to concentrate on fixing what's happening right in front of our eyes in Ireland. There's huge ills and evils in the world, and you can trace a lot of it back to certain families, etc., and certain alphabet organizations. But for now, what we have to do is wake up. So, as I always say, what now, Irishmen? We have to wake up the rest of the Irish men and women to actually go, no, just say no. We're not doing this anymore. We want something different. We don't want a corrupt government anymore. We don't want gone bean politicians. You know what I mean? We don't want brown envelopes. We just want better. We want small local government, power back to the people. Libertarian ideals, nationalistic government. So basically, a government only working for the interest of the indigenous white Irish people. And I want to make that very clear: the indigenous white Irish people. We just come first. That's it. Everything else comes second, and we can deal with all the other issues as long as our people are looked after.
I'm just looking at recorded. Someone sent me in a thing for recorded rapes. Jesus Christ, look at this. Wow. Thanks for that. This is the recorded rapes. Sorry. This is the recorded rapes. What has changed? Recorded rapes per 100,000 population. Here's a table showing police recorded rapes per capita created by Grok. In 2000, 8,500 and whatever. Like that was in 2000, okay? And in England in 2024, it's up to 68,000. 68,000 in 24 years. Like there had only been 8,500 rapes up to that. You know what I mean? Germany, 8,000. France, 7,500. Poland, 2,000. 399. And now Germany has 39,000. England has 68,000. France has 48,000. And oh, look, Poland only has 1,127. Poland has actually gone down because Poland don't let in Muslims or illegal immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that's not a campaign to run on why you shouldn't let these people in, I don't know what is. You know what I mean?
It needs to be addressed. People from substandard nations and third world countries just do not hold the same values as us. Which brings me to another thing, because it is so dangerous for a woman and women and children in these shithole countries. Tell me, why aren't our IPAS centres filled with women and children? Because it genuinely is dangerous for women and children. All of these children. Why aren't the IPAS centres filled with women and children? Because if what we import, you can prove that these men are savages. So we shouldn't be letting them in, first of all. But the only people we should be letting in, like, why isn't there a quota in relation to asylum applications? As in, it really should be 99% women and 1% men. Because if you're fleeing war, terror, persecution, etc., it should be women and children first. That just makes common sense. You know what I mean? If your country is turning on itself and devouring itself, and you're whatever civil war is going on.
I'm loving this guy. Sorry, it's funny watching you guys on here trying to figure out technicalities. Ha, Paul Fitz, you're so stupid. You'd send a fax with a stamp on it. Oh, duh. Do you know something? You're a slaphead. That's what you are. Oh God!
I don't know. I really wish they'd come on.
I wish they'd come on. You know why they won't come on. You know why. I know why. You know, come on.
I really wish they'd come on.
Be shown up to be what they really are. Yeah, you know.
Cozy Cat, I hope you're
people.
Okay. Somebody saying they're watching from Limerick Hospital, so I hope you're okay.
Yes, I heard you were watching. Hello, how are you? I hope you're getting better. Yeah, she told me 2 weeks ago she wished that she was 5 years younger. She's mad. She said if she was 5 years younger, I'd be in trouble.
Oh, I didn't recognize the handle. Hello, are we? I didn't actually recognize the handle.
Yeah, it is. It is. Canton Forward, is it not? I'm sure it is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. Lovely woman. And our thoughts and prayers are with you, Jean. They really are.
Get well soon.
Get well soon. Who's this? Heads Up Revio Meta is now scanning all your AI. I forgot my name. Heads Up Revio Meta is now scanning all your private messages and AI starting yesterday, including Messenger and WhatsApp. We have to assume this also extends to other platforms owned by Meta, of course.
Okay, so the reality is, remember, Helen McEntee passed the bill. The government already owns every single bit of your information. They already have it. They passed that bill. They will never, ever release that information. Everything that you send it doesn't matter whether it's Signal, Telegram, WhatsApp, or anything like that. There is nothing safe. So you just watch your P's and Q's. And if you want to have a serious conversation, leave your phone about 5 miles away from you where you're actually having the conversation. And that's it. If you really want to have a proper conversation, give your phone to somebody and let them drive one direction and you go the other direction in another car, and then have your conversation. But if it's online, they own it. It's as simple as that. If you use technology, the state systems own it, and even more nefarious entities own it. So, you know, just
post that bit.
What is it?
No. Sorry. No, it's
Actually,
nothing about him. It's just something somebody put in about something, but it's not appropriate, I don't think, you know.
Let's go back and see it. Give me, what's the timestamp on it? I'm curious though.
10:19, 10:09. But doesn't matter. But yeah, listen, speaking of Russia and everywhere else, I just want to play this video. This was, now people get on to me saying, oh yeah, Michael Leahy this and Michael Leahy that and Michael Leahy this. I wouldn't talk to him and I wouldn't do anything like this. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought this was a good video. That's the only reason why I'm going to play it. It's about the EU, about Russia and everyone else. So that's the only reason why I'm going to play it. I've no beef with Michael. So, you know, I think he does good work. And he is the president of the Irish Freedom Party. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to play this one. And then I'm going to play the imposter one after that. So, yeah. I'm going to play this, right? And I'll come back and we'll talk about it in a minute. It's a couple of minutes long, but hey. I'll drop us down, Martin, and we'll come back and talk about it.
This is Michael Leahy, president of the Irish Freedom Party. It seems to me that events are beginning to spin out of control somewhat in Europe in regard to the Ukrainian war, and the old colonial powers seem intent on provoking war with Russia. As a neutral country, Ireland must wake up to the fact that we could very soon find ourselves embroiled in a major European conflict if the deranged leadership of Europe keeps acting the way it does. Micheál Martin's continued insistence on Ireland being part of the so-called coalition of the willing, while less than half of the EU members are party to this, is a serious threat to Ireland's interests, and not to mention our neutrality. It seems to me that NATO is on the point of breaking up, with the security body being replaced by the European Union. That obviously has huge implications for us, because if the European Union takes over NATO's security responsibility, then our neutrality will become under very serious pressure. And we need to take a long and hard look at where our interests lie. Who is the greatest threat to Ireland? Is it Russia, or is it the European Union? Well, let's see what the EU has done to us. Probably the most important value that we have as a nation is that of freedom of speech. The European Union has aggressively attacked freedom of speech, not just within Europe, not just within Ireland. It is attempting to attack freedom of speech worldwide and attempting to close down freedom platforms like X in the United States. You may remember that one of the very first actions that the European Union took when Russia intervened in Ukraine was to close down Russia Today, which had been an excellent news service. And why did they do that? They did that because they did not want Europeans to see that it's possible in Russia to have open, critical debate, which seems not to be the case in Europe. The European Union leaders, so-called, are endlessly prating about European values. I would suggest to you that the only value that Europe has is that you can't have values. Europe is essentially a values-free zone. It operates on the principle that you can believe whatever you like, provided you don't believe it to be true. And I think that's indicated in their attacks against freedom of speech and their attacks against Christianity. They continually talk about free and fair elections, but tell that to Marine Le Pen, the most popular politician in France, who will not be permitted to run in the next presidential election. Tell it to Calin Georgescu in Bulgaria. Tell it to the Romanian electorate, who were forced to rerun their elections when they came up with a result that wasn't approved by the European Commission. Tell it to the German members of the AfD, many of whom have mysteriously died in the run-up to recent local elections, and tell it to the members of the AfD when the German parliament is considering banning the AfD, despite the fact that they're the most popular political party in Germany. Who is it that promotes homosexual pornography in our primary schools? It's the European Union. Who is it that attempts and has done everything possible to break down the family unit as the basic building block of society? And without the family structure, you will have societal chaos. who promotes transsexualism in our schools? It's the European Union. Who robbed the Irish people blind in order to pay the gambling debts of the German and French banks? It wasn't Russia. Who is corrupting our judicial process in France, where Marine Le Pen was not permitted to run for election, in Germany, in Ireland? Who is involved in the total denigration of Christianity and the promotion of Islam, the religion of submission, the religion of all totalitarian regimes, the religion which is beloved of totalitarian regimes? Why is it that Europe is so aggressively promoting Islam and so aggressively attacking Christianity? Who is it that is in the process of organizing a deliberate invasion of Ireland by hostile non-nationals? And even the incoming leader, the likely incoming leader of Fianna Fáil, is now beginning to realize that this has the potential to completely destabilize our society. If he said that a few months ago, he would be considered to be far right. But don't worry, if he does become leader of Fianna Fáil, he will change his position very quickly. If you think that the European Commission will permit an Irish Taoiseach to speak his mind on immigration, you are very much mistaken. Mr. O'Callaghan will have to put his horns in very fast if he achieves the leadership of Fianna Fáil. Who is promoting the insane and irrational policies of zero carbon, which threaten to drag us back to the Stone Age, to impoverish our people, and to destroy industry throughout Europe? Who attacked our normal healthcare provision during the COVID period? I think that the biggest mistake in the entire post-war era was the failure to bring Russia into the family of nations in the wake of the collapse of the Soviet Union. Russia needed help and clearly wanted to democratize and to be treated as an equal partner, as it was entitled to be. Instead of offering it assistance, the West did everything it could to try to undermine it economically and culturally. Recent NATO documents have made it clear that the intention of NATO was to dismember Russia and to exploit its resources on behalf of those who control the West. I actually think that when Putin came to power, he wanted to transform Russia into a fully functioning democracy. But the hostility he has received has pushed him back towards the authoritarian mode. Sadly, as Russia has tried to become a more open society, Europe has gone in exactly the reverse direction. It is now a totalitarian, destructive society. We are faced with a choice between supporting the European Union, which has hugely damaged us as a nation, or remaining neutral, which will incorrectly be seen as assisting Russia. For us to back Europe, if it insists on war with Russia, would be like Ireland backing Britain in 1914. It simply does not serve our interests. It is time for us to put Ireland first. Is our present leadership, Micheál Martin, is he up to the job of facing the crisis that we now face, with a strong likelihood of war emerging in Europe? Mr. Martin will go along with whatever consensus is thrown at him for his European masters, and dragging us into this so-called coalition of the willing, whereby the Taoiseach recently promised $4.5 billion to undermine the theft of Russian sovereign assets by the European Union. This is a hugely retrograde step for us to take. This is Michael Leahy of the Irish Freedom Party, warning the Irish people that we need to take very hard choices about the position we take, that the European colonial powers seem to be spinning out of control and provoking war. Thank you for listening.
I'm muted as
Sorry,
well.
we're on mute. Yeah, I muted too. Sorry. That was very well put, I have to say.
Yeah. Look, Mike is a great speaker. He always has been.
Yeah, he has. A lot of stuff he brought up there, it's I'm just laughing. I'm going to show the other president of the Irish Freedom Party, the imposter now. This is his video. Okay, so I'm going to show this one. This is the one, you've seen this video, so I'm just going to play it anyway. And I want to address that video then when we come back. Right.
Hello. A lot of lies have been told about me by liars over the last 18 months. one by a guy called Eddie O'Grady down in Kerry, and also you have this Murphy Casey guy. Now today, this Anthony Casey has claimed that, as he has publicly numerous times, that I signed a letter to the Electoral Commission about Ireland First. This is completely and utterly untrue. He also claimed that I also made comments about his marital situation, about his relationships, which is also completely untrue. That completely and utterly untrue. So I am challenging him now. You've made these claims in public. You produced the evidence in public, a letter from the ELC or a video or text from me making these claims about your wife or your non-wife or whatever, and put them in public. And otherwise, people can judge very clearly that you're a liar who systematically has told lies about myself. Over and out from myself, Herman Kelly, President of the Irish Freedom Party, Cora Magidson.
I still love that picture. You have to look. My relationship ended with that man. The second last protest in Cork, I handed back my IFP membership card to him in person, to his face. As far as I'm concerned, that was the end of our dealings. If he wants to talk about lying, that man made some very serious allegations publicly.
Well, this is what I just want to address. Okay. It's the Herman is looking for this, that, and the other, proof of this, that, and the other. Yeah, Herman has perpetrated a lie since December last year that we tried to take over the Irish Freedom Party, that we were running a vigilante group called Sinn Adina, and we took over Ireland First unlawfully. Now, he has been saying this, and anyone that will listen, with no evidence to back that up. No evidence whatsoever. Even people from his own party are coming out and telling people, no, this is what happened. Paul and Martin are right. They're telling the truth. But yeah, Herman, now look at that face. Do you want that to run the country, lads? Let's be honest about it. So it's either him or Michael Leahy. I know which way I'd be swaying now. And don't get me wrong, I had Herman on a pedestal. Nobody knows that more than you. I really had, until I saw the sneakiness and the dirty way, the dirty tactics that he done and used against us. And I probably wouldn't have believed if I hadn't been there, but I was there. And that was his downfall, the fact that I was there and I witnessed everything that happened. And that's why we tell the truth. That's it. End of story. So without evidence, he ran this lie. Everybody in the nationalist movement was told about this lie. Herman, we know you were involved in this. So there's no getting out of this. Okay? No getting out of it whatsoever. But as I said, is this the man you want to look at him? If this is the man you want to run your party, there you go.
Like I said, my relationship ended with him in Cork. I had in person handed back my Irish Freedom Party card. He didn't say anything. He was a bit shocked that I was standing in front of him with a big smile on my face. And that was it. I've no further comments to make on the man. I really wish he'd stop mentioning me. But he's free to, as a free individual, he's free to say and do as he pleases. And best of luck with wherever life takes you.
So IFP is in free fall now, like the National Party was. Yes, that's exactly the way it is, you know. And with us being tied up with the ELC now, this is the way it's looking for us now at the minute. I don't think it's going to last this long. I think we'll get this sorted in a week or two, to be honest with you.
And then you can understand why, you know, there's no such thing as coincidence, as you'd say. There's a new party coming, you know, that apparently has funding, etc., and everything else has to be taken off the board. And you can imagine where we're coming from and where our thought process has gone. But look, we're patient. We have long-term plans. Yes, we're going to be slowed down a little bit more, but we just keep going. We keep going, and the next round of elections, the next elections coming up, we will be running a candidate who is sitting right in front of you there. And we'll give him full support to see how it goes, see what the appetite is like. We'll get to flesh out our policies. We'll be able to get some actual ideas on paper in leaflets and stuff like that, and just share what we're exactly offering the Irish people and some of the solutions we've worked on for the problems that the country faces. And no doubt, Paul, you will carry yourself professionally and very, very well all through the through the candidacy. Why is he up again?
I'm just putting him back up there again. Okay, this will be around, I think we're nearly around the 10-year anniversary of Brexit. This man was the brains behind Brexit. This man pushed Farage. This man was the man who done it. To come down to the level he has come now. Look at this. That's him now. You know what I mean? Like, he was the mastermind of Brexit. He could have been the mastermind of Brexit, only for his ego. Instead, we'll be the masterminds of Brexit. His edits on the video are terrible. I know, and he used to be good.
No, his videos are all.
He probably fancies you, Martin.
No, his videos. Everybody seems to fancy me.
Angela Leggett, you did that in Cork, Martin. I remember. Yeah, Angela was there. Yeah.
Ego is a big thing. I always said courage and humility. The ability to admit when you're wrong, the ability to say that you don't have all the answers. All right, Ferg. That's the most important thing. And you know what? If we could just get a political class, it doesn't even matter really, as long as they're not communists, what party it was. If they'd just be honest and sometimes say, do you know what? We really, really, really messed up. And here is the plan of how we're going to fix it. Here's how long it's going to take. And, I accept full responsibility. I mean, if a minister botches their brief, it should be automatic that they just step down. You know what I mean? That's it. You shouldn't be allowed to.
I'm just laughing at Ferg's comment there. Sneakiness. He's a tramp, but I won't be forgetting who had unity talks in secret with the rest of the snakes that were in that picture on the 12th of July. Michael Leahy, they can all fuck off. As I said before the video started, I'm no affiliations, no anything. I just thought it was a great video, and I that's why I played it. That's the only reason why I played it. I don't forget either, Ferg. I don't forget, and I don't forget the dossier either. And there's only a couple of days left before I get that dossier, or I don't get it, and I have to go to a solicitor. I have to get my solicitor involved in it. But listen, hey, with a few pound there, I can sort it.
You can be a shitbag with good talking points.
Yeah. Exit is badly needed. Yes, it is. I thought they fancied Paul, to be fair, Martin.
Yeah, I think it's all Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, this is the problem with me. I talk too much. You know what I mean? That's why I was never an altar boy. They pick out the ones that they know. You know what I mean?
Oh, God,
they know well. Don't let that Fitzsimons in this church at all. We'll be fucked.
No secrets. That's terrible.
Chris Bourne found
anyway, look.
Go on.
Michael's taken the same abuse over the years from the papers and this, that, and the other. And I have no doubt that his intentions are genuine. I'd question his tactics sometimes, and his maybe just a little bit out of step with the reality on the ground. But inherently, I think a good man. He's never done any wrong to me. I know he's wronged some of my colleagues and some of my friends, but he's never personally done anything to me. And I don't really take on other people's beefs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, me neither. Couldn't give a shit. Let them fight amongst each other. I don't care. You know what I mean? But no, I agree with Ferg. They all sat in a room on the 12th of July. And anyone that was in that picture is
what a date. Like, seriously, what a date. What a date to pick. Like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah. Paul, when you get elected, clean out this shit in Daly. Yeah, please God. Vermin Kelly has an awful dose of verbal diarrhea. Yeah, and he's getting worse. Chris was a little altar boy. Yeah, not Larso. Agree totally, Wayne. It's Google and Facebook. Likelihood of 32 cases only ever happen outside the EU. Just saying, as a man of the North. I've said this before. Do people down here really want the 32 county Ireland? You know what I mean? Like, do the people up there want to join the shit show we have down here? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, they get looked after better with housing and everything up there. They don't pay so much rent. It's completely different down here.
I think I normally don't comment much on this because I didn't live it, and I have this big thing. Whereas if you didn't live something,
I'm the same. I'm the same. But somebody actually contacted me. Somebody actually contacted me from up north and said, Paul, Like a lot of us up here don't want a united Ireland because we'd be robbed. We'd be paying your taxes and your this and your that. And like people need to be asked about this. You can't just be running around saying, oh, yeah, we want a united Ireland. I'd love a united Ireland as well. Don't get me wrong. But the people up there don't want it. A lot of the people up there don't want it. So if it comes down to a vote, I don't think it'll be pushed through.
It'd be, I don't know. Actually, do you know what's funny? The Northern Ireland is suffering the same way we're suffering in relation to immigration. A lot of the people who were asked to vote on a 32 county Ireland won't actually give a
now I know
continent.
who that guy is. Okay, I know who that guy is now. Cool. Thanks, Mo. Yeah.
But because the demographics have changed so much up there, you're going to have people who have no connection to the past, no connection to the history of the struggles. You know what I mean? And you'd imagine they'll just vote.
We can't afford a united Ireland for at least another 15 years. Yeah. It's going to take about 15 years to get out of Europe, lads. Let's be honest about it if we start now.
I genuinely think two things. It's going to go either the EU gets its war, or America coaxes the Eastern Bloc countries out of Europe with the intent of collapsing it. I don't see it going any other way. I don't think it can. And right now, the way the UK is talking about, like a German, was it a French general came out and said you have to be prepared to sacrifice your sons and daughters, and a British general came out and said the same thing, or I'm not sure exactly what position he had, but I know they've echoed the same language. So the propaganda war on your mind has already started in relation to sacrificing your children. Something very, very close to me. My son is in the defense forces, so it scares me when I hear countries talking like that, and I hear our government officials talking about our neutrality and we can't be neutral anymore and stuff like that. These are things I will happily kill Irish traitors for to save my son's life. I've no problem with that. So they need to be really, 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 really careful. Because my blood will not, and when I say my blood, I mean my kinsmen, my countrymen and women will not be sent to a meat grinder. They just will not.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's Mohammed Habash, Pop? A bro from the Brotherhood. Yeah, that's who he is. You fucking idiot. You clown.
You know, Orla's going to kill us.
No, but listen, the reason I said I know him was so as he put that post in. You know, come on, lads. Yeah. You walked right into that, you gobshite. Gobshite.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, look, I just pity these people with the fake accounts and stuff like that. It's a lack of courage. Again, I always say it, courage and humility. You know what I mean? Our faces and our names are out there, and we're open to criticism. And we'll have some spats and fight with people online and stuff like that.
Orla is going to be raging.
Yeah, she's going to kill us. She's going to absolutely kill us.
Because you've gone through none of our stuff, like.
Oh, did she? Did Orla send you stuff?
Ah, yeah, of course she did. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus!
I have videos there.
Throw some of it up.
Yeah, I'll throw some of it up there now.
Quick.
I'm just going to go with the Christmas dinner for, boom, Liberty Soup Run.
So, guys, just wanted to jump on again, just to remind, I can't say this enough, and I'm going to keep sharing this. The Christmas dinner at the RDS Dublin, offered to all in need of support. So it's not only for homeless people, it's for everybody in need. Obviously, it's the 25th of December, and it's from 10:30 to 1 p.m. at the RDS. Free admission, meal, free bus every 20 minutes, and the locations are the Mansion House, Dawson Street, Cleary's Clock, and the Four Courts. Guys, please share this, because it's so important. You know, nobody has to be on their own this Christmas. If you're living alone, go down to one of them locations and jump on a bus and go out to the RDS and enjoy a couple of hours out there. Get your dinner, a bit of music, and, you know, a little sing-song, a dance, and a little present. And yeah, it just gets you out of that house you're living on your own for Christmas morning for a few hours. So please, guys, share this as much as you can. Get the message out there, because, as I always say, no one deserves to be alone this Christmas. So if you know an elderly person or someone living on their own, show them this and tell them this event is on, and they head out to the RDS. Don't be on their own for Christmas. Go out and get fed and have a bit of fun. So guys, please, if everybody can keep resharing this post, because it's very important. As I said again, one more time, nobody deserves to be on their own Christmas, and everybody deserves to have a Christmas dinner. So thanks, and please share.
It's great work, absolutely fantastic. So, like that's a fantastic. The volunteers who actually give up their Christmas day to do that. I'm in awe of you people.
Yeah, it's true. I actually got sent a video earlier from someone. Nobody should be alone on Christmas Day, but it's a funny one. I'll play it in a minute. It's true. We all have one person that we don't want to bring in Christmas Day. Lads, I'm missing loads of comments. Sorry. Am I invited for Christmas dinner? Mohammed Elham, am I invited to Christmas dinner? Yeah, of course. Very sorry, good stuff. This is brilliant. Big up to Chris from the Liberty Soup Run. Yeah, big up to Chris. Yeah, fair play to him.
Come on.
Did you see that? Go on, what?
No, I was saying throw something up or Orla kill us. I've no problem saying I'm genuinely scared of Orla. I've seen her when she's angry. So
Angela Leggett t-shirts with your face on them, Paul, with Orlan first, start early, open conversations. Yeah, I'm serious, familiarise people. Yeah, we'll be getting a few of them done, don't you worry, Angela. And I'll be sending one over. What size are you? I'll be sending one over to you. What's that girl saying? Do you have a GoFundMe, Mohammed El Habash? You can sit at my Christmas dinner once you say her father before we eat. Is it halal? Yeah. Good. I'm glad we can have a bit of crack here. This is all it's about, isn't it? But absolutely. On a serious note, okay. This scumbag here, City West asylum seeker, says girl told him she was 18. A man accused of sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl in City West in October told Gardaí she said she was 18 and claimed he just kissed her. A second count was levelled against the 26-year-old when he faced his fifth hearing yesterday at Clover Hill District Court. He cannot be named for legal reasons. Why not? So nobody knows who he is. Nobody has a clue who he is. So the government don't even know who he is, so name him. Oh, God. This fella keeps catching me eye here in the comments. Last month, Judge Alan Mitchell learned that following a psychiatric assessment, the man was found fit to stand trial. The accused was initially charged with sexual assault of a female at Garter Lane. It wasn't a female, it was a 10-year-old child. Let's not forget that. The girl had been missing from care. Gardaí Sergeant Sinead Connolly further charged him at the court with the second count of sexual assault and the same complaint at another location close to Garter Lane. That in reply to the new charge after caution, the man said, I spoke to my solicitor and told him she sat beside me. You can check the CCTV. She started talking to me and I asked her age. She told me she was 18. I just kissed her. Okay, you just kissed her and then you walked away somewhere else and sexually assaulted her. Is that what you're telling us? Garda Sergeant Connolly said the DPP has directed trial on indictment in the circuit court. However, the prosecution will serve a book of evidence before he is sent forward to the higher level. The Clondalkin-based sergeant said the book of evidence was likely to be completed within 6 weeks. The man had an assistance of an Arabic interpreter during the hearing after the courtroom was cleared for the in-camera proceedings. Dressed in a white t-shirt and grey tracksuit pants, he handed a new charge to his solicitor and addressed the court and said, okay, confirming that he was not making a bail application. So he's back up. He's on court video link on December the 23rd. So, yeah. So there you go. She said she was 18, so it's okay. I can do what I want, you know.
I won't comment. I'll be done for incitement to violence. So,
yeah. What's Mohammed thing saying? Bullshit. These asylum seekers are the mercenary to try fuck us up because we going against the government. Yeah. How does someone go missing from care? They don't go missing from care.
Just like, look,
and if anyone's seen, Philip done a great interview with the granny a couple of weeks ago. I'd go and see it. You know, I'd go and have a watch it. bullets are cheap. Yeah, bullets are cheap.
They're not that anymore. They've actually doubled in price in the last since the Ukraine war, which is absolute nonsense because the bloody primers apparently have gone up in price. So they're not as cheap as they used to be. So because of that, nobody's getting a warning shot.
Leahy isn't an advocate of free speech. He proved this in Cork, says no protest by refusing.
True.
Yes, other leaders had a voice on stage. Leahy has left himself down. Yeah, I think so too.
You're right, on 100%.
He's still 100%.
I'm just the only thing I said about him is that he's actually he's a good orator. He speaks very, very, very well. But no, you're 100%. Yeah. He refused to go to something because somebody he didn't agree with was on stage, which you cannot do.
But it probably wasn't he didn't agree with it. It was someone else didn't agree with it, you know?
Yeah, well, look, everybody's got people in the... This is the other thing as well. Like, so many people who wish to lead have so many people in their ear and they're swayed and this, that, and the other. Like, the whole concept of leadership is that you believe in what you're doing. And you can't be swayed, as in if you know something is right, even if you don't particularly align with or agree with somebody who's going to be sharing the stage with you, you should still go because you're selling your beliefs. You're not selling their beliefs. You're selling your own beliefs. Like it's the same as this show. Like I'd love to have some people on from. I'd love to have National Socialists on. I'd love to have Libertarians on. I'd love to have. I'd even platform a coherent communist just to see if they could actually put a coherent argument together without crying or getting emotional or calling people names. You know, it's conversation and debate will get us very, very, very far. And you know, especially in the nationalist cause, there's so much we agree on across all spectrums of nationalism and we'll say even libertarianism. There's an awful lot of common ground. Like I said, strong nationalist state, and then the individual is a libertarian, personal responsibility and small local governance. The tasers, that's funny. I did a piece there on what the Sunday World was or the Dayton Mirror or whatever did a thing on the Garda being trained on the tasers, and I did a couple of the headlines for the next couple of years. There's going to be some amount of lawsuits in relation to the tasers. It's just going to be
yeah. There's another fake account in there, Lizzie J6. I hope the lads in Mountjoy have fun. You know what I mean, Paul? No, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? I haven't got a clue what you mean. Yeah, I don't know anyone with a super long uses toilet paper. Not Nevo, Sullivan, Winky, or whatever. Mohammed El Habash. Oh no, the taser sounds like tossers. Yeah, the tasers are that's gonna be a big.
No, I guarantee it. We should actually take a little thing. How many tasers are going to go missing or get stolen in the first 6 months of rollout? yeah. For their sisters and their aunties and their mothers and their. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play another video here. Boom. This is brilliant. Have you seen this one? The AI. Just watch.
Go on, bang it up.
Brilliant.
Ladies and gentlemen, fresh from winning Britain has no talent. Here for one night only, singing their viral hit. The Ballad of Rashid Servoz, the illegal migrant. Please welcome the swinging, singing, truth-slinging legend, Barry Britt and the Four Nations.
When the moon shines on the channel and the sea is not too rough, they arrive by Border Force Uber, saying I'm here for my free stuff. Oi mate, here's a new phone and new trainer. He's an illegal migrant. He claims he's underage. He's an illegal migrant, though his beard says he's middle-aged. Right, lad, off to school you go. He's prioritized for housing, fully furnished and rent-free, while Jack, who served in hell, man, sleeps beneath an old oak tree. Sorry, mate, his needs are greater, so fuck off. He walks into the doctor's, gets a checkup on the spot, books a dentist for next Tuesday while your teeth fall out and rot. You're not on the priority list, tough titty! Oh, he's an illegal migrant, doesn't give a toss for our laws. He's an illegal migrant, needs a swift kick to the balls and a boot up the arse. He's living it up in London with a smirk from ear to ear. Says when they talk or wander, thanks to Labour, I've nothing to fear. Now he's a Labour voter, he's a Labour all the time. Yes, he's a Labour voter, 'cause they all love Palestine. From the river to the sea, everything he gets is free. He demands a house in Surrey and a car that's bloody brand new. Says I've risked my life to be here. Now pay me or I'll sue. And while you're at it, give him your daughters too. Now he's an Islamist fighter. He now lives in Birmingham. Now he's an Islamist fighter, preaching against the British man. Alan Snackbar, you infidel. Yes, he's the Islamist fighter. Yes, the one from Birmingham. The one that's now an MP. He will soon be Labour's main man. Next stop, London State.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
AI needs to be stopped.
Oh man, it's savage. It really is savage. Though,
actually, anybody in the comments, when is Cat and Cal's video out? Because I'm really
it's out. It's out already. It was sent to me there.
Oh, is it?
It's on Spotify. Yeah,
is it?
It's on Spotify. I sent it to me earlier. I'm gonna put the link up now. It was actually sent to me earlier. Cal. Yeah, let me just. I'll send it on there.
And I want to see the full bloopers reel. Not just,
the bloopers are good, yeah. I couldn't get out that day. I had no bleeding car. I'm sick now. I'm sick now. With no car. You know what I mean?
I would have loved to have got up to it. Like, you know what I mean? Just
no, I was going. I was going. But what happened was my sister took my car that morning, and I'm gonna just copy that link.
Yeah, AI is very scary, but it's also a very, very, very useful tool. I have no problem saying I use AI all the time. It's absolutely fantastic. If you're researching or you want to learn something, it's brilliant, because you can if you know how to curate AI properly and to ask the right questions, it's absolutely. If you ask a general, tell me, should be top 15, you almost have to force the answer out of it. So if you do a bit of work, you'll eventually get actually great data. So it's very, very good. I see a lot of people pissing on people online saying, "Oh, use AI." It's like saying don't use the wheel. Do you know what I mean? It's a fantastic invention. Yeah. You just have to learn how to use it responsibly and accurately, and then you do have to do a bit of double checking, because it's not always right. But in relation to putting together, let's say you have an idea of a concept and you throw it into the AI, and AI throw some stuff back out to it, you can pick bits that are that's what I meant, it didn't mean that. And then you can feed the information back in and say, okay, but now I need you to tweak this. And it's a brilliant, when you're working on your own as an individual, and you don't have a huge team, because most of us we're far away. We work alone. Paul works on his stuff alone. I work on my stuff alone, and Anthony works on his stuff alone, etc. Especially when it comes to policy and stuff like that. Like policy research, it takes like there's full NGOs that are on a full payroll just doing this, just to come up with one policy to sway government one way or another. We're doing this on our own, so you have to use the tools at hand to maximize your productivity and lessen the amount of time it takes. So it is a fantastic tool, and some very funny stuff out there as well.
There you go. There's the link there to Cat and Cal's My Girl is Far Right. HTTPS open. It's on Spotify there. Just copy and paste that link, and it'll bring you straight to it.
I'm just going to have to put that on play. I'm going to have to put that on play all night long now, just to get their
all night long. Oh, here's the leader. Hello there. How are you? What's the story?
Bow.
Do you know who you're like tonight? You're dressed up like your man that played the Satan fella. What's his name? Lavelle or bleeding Antoine Neve or what the bleeding hell is his name?
Jeez, I think he's channeling a small bit of Tristan Tate there or something, is it?
I don't fucking know what he's doing there.
Yeah, can't hear him either.
I can't hear you.
Oh,
God. Off there. I've no sound.
Paul, I just realised we're officially in a cult.
Oh, yeah.
He's put out
3 cults.
That's not what I said.
I know what you said. No. What's the story? How are you?
How are you doing? Not too bad.
Good. We've addressed everything, so yeah.
All right, so go on. I'll talk to you after, right?
We
all right, stay on. Go on, you freak.
We didn't address something, Paul. Right?
Yeah.
How come Paul got called names and I got called names, but you didn't get called names?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when? Oh yeah. It's probably just because I'm so hardy, I'd say. Just
scared of you. Is it?
You fucking sneeze me.
He's scared of you.
No. Look, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I was listening to the start of the show. I didn't hear the part where he's addressed a whole lot of stuff. I'm taking it that look,
we didn't. Now listen, we didn't go into details about any other shit. We just spoke about the ELC thing. We didn't. We'll keep the powder dry on the other stuff. I don't care. But I'm going to put it out here now. If him or any now, you all know who I'm talking about. Him or any of his minions come out and start spreading shit about me, I'm coming after him. And I'm being honest with you. I have a few quid there. I can travel. I don't give
look. Here's the thing. Look, we're all. This is what it's like. You get mixed reactions when you put out a video like I did yesterday. Some people are upset because the whole point of that video was that this whole divided we fall thing is a bit. There's people who are there to cause division, and I'm not saying this person or that person or whoever else. Obviously, me and Herman are going to lock our heads there today again as well. When I do these videos, I'm addressing the certain amount of shit builds up online. You address it, and like I said at the end of it, we have to be focused on Ireland first, Shinadina. That's what's happening. The reality of what's happening is that another ELC appeal has been lodged against us. It's very unfair. We've spoken to the people about it since they did lodge it a long time ago, and we thought it was put to bed. You have to question, is there an agenda behind that? We're trying to do the right thing. We've been always open and honest with everybody. So I'm not going to continue to be open and honest with everybody. And you two both know, we've all said, we've no problem sitting down and talking to anybody. We've all said that from the get-go. We're clear with honest intentions. But at the same time, we're not pushovers, and we're doing we don't need to do this. People think there's ego in being called a president or being involved in these parties, and you get abuse every day. You're doing it for your kids because it's an essential thing to do. Because you don't see a whole lot of honest entities around. We're doing that in Shinadina. We're doing our best. That's the way it is. And Paul, you stand for the truth. That's what your whole show is about. You'll call out the things that aren't being shown on mainstream media. Martin, you've always been strong policy in terms of what's gone wrong with the country. We need a stronger Navy. We need to do this. And this is exactly what should be in place. And we've been recruiting the right people and getting the honest policy and foundation there. So really, we've always stood for the truth. And no one can say we haven't. And that's what we're doing with these shows. And in fairness, you do it a lot more than me. Sometimes I'm apprehensive to say too much on these shows also, because every word and every sentence you say is, oh, the president of such a thing was saying this clip. If you have 20, 30 hours online, very easy for people to cut and edit that. But look, I will say that between Ireland First and Sinn Féin, we're motoring very, very strongly. We have massive plans. I think it'll be a big mistake to take that off us. And obviously we won't disappear into the dark. So that's what it is. That's what the video is about. We're not going anywhere. We're not going to be intimidated. We'll work with whoever has honest intentions also. That's it,
There's a message in there. Hello, Anthony. Emer, how are you?
Emer, no
How are
way.
you, Emer?
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
deadly.
Hello, the
Good to
mammy.
see you're up and about.
That's great to see her tweeting in there. How is she doing? Are you allowed to say, Martin? Be asking her.
I'll just if you read where the location is, you can imagine where she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but,
Yeah, it's great to see her though coming in.
Fair play. The truth. What's this? The truth. What was that? You're a threat, Anthony. You speak the truth, and you know when one speaks the truth. They will try to bring you down. Keep the faith. Yes, and here we have my other favourite lady, Lorraine O'Sullivan. Even lads, I'm actually so sick of hearing the unity comments. There are people there that will never want it. If they did, they would sit in the room with everyone. Not this hand-picked bullshit. But we better just keep moving, lads. The proof is in its work. Yes, I agree with you, Lorraine.
Yeah, and Tina as well. It's not just me speaking the truth. It's me, it's Paul, it's Martin, it's Frank. There's a lot of us doing it. And that's they have no interest in me if I was by myself making videos. That's there's a team here who are strong and they've been identified early on by multiple people. Like I said, sometimes I think I serve a purpose to show people's masks, that are falling. And so be it. I don't, we all know what we're doing here. So it is what it is.
But what I did say, we did play Herman's video. We also, are you on Lemsips as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same, man. I'm the same. I was up north today and I bought loads of cold and flu remedies and that good. I got waiting to see this.
I disappear. I'm never sick, never ever, and I'm not quite sick, but I'm just keeping it at bay. I can hear it knocking on the door, and I'm like, no, and it's just lack of sleep. And when you run down a little bit,
go into our the Sinn Féin Natural Remedies group.
It's the best group ever.
The stuff that's in that.
Look at that. Cold and flu, good shit. The drowsy stuff. That's no good getting the non-drowsy shit.
I hope you're not operating machinery.
and that one there, look, California.
You know what's funny? It reminded me. Whatever lighting I have, I look very pale. It reminds me, when the CNN ran Joe Rogan, they put the tint on him. It's like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just when you came on first, I was just thinking, oh shit, Anthony's a vampire now. When did that happen?
Happened hundreds of years ago, Martin.
Whiskey. Oh Jesus! Oh my God! I'm the only one who doesn't know. Yourself and Paul have been knocking around for centuries as vampires.
Well, yeah.
Garlic
honey infusion that someone's saying to me there. Moonshine.
Do you know what? I actually have to make that up. I keep meaning to get the jars and
there you go, Martin.
Is that? Oh yeah.
That's the baby.
Don't be doing that to me on a school night.
Do you know what I have as well there? This is great. And I don't want to give you that. This is like the generation game. Do you remember Four Bells Navy rum?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever drink that? Oh,
yeah, I like a drop of rum. Yeah. It's nice stuff.
Oh yeah. We've got it. We all like a drop of rum and we all like a drop of whiskey. Moonshine is the best medicine.
I feel like all the serious talk is done and I'm on for that.
You were on for the crack, yeah.
Oh,
Did you see the video there a minute ago? The one that we played.
Galloway. You talking about Herman's one?
Galloway Rider. I get horny on the whiskey. Fair play to you. I don't. I just fall asleep.
Are you talking about Herman's one?
Whiskey to the Indians.
Yeah, we played Michael Leahy's one and then played.
I didn't see Michael Leahy's one. People said me, yeah. Look, so in relation to Herman, I know he's made this kind of challenge. I will say it's somewhat ironic for a man who for a calendar year has been spewing lies about me and podcasts in America and England and all this kind of stuff, and a lot of stuff I haven't even watched, people just telling me, to lie that much, like the whole idea I was expelled from the party. I could, right now, if I wanted, I could pull up my resignation letter and it being accepted by Shane Lyman. Like every word since this month last year has been a lie. So I just think it's bizarre.
Yeah. Look, to be honest, it's addressed. Don't give them any more oxygen.
Yeah. No,
that's it. We addressed it.
I've grown to be not emotionally attached to any of this stuff. You know, we're very focused. I'm very excited about Shin Nadina's new launch in the new year. I know we've been holding off on a lot of people, and you know what I'll do, Paul? Can I send you something? Can you screen capture this? It's a little preview.
Send it to the show. Send it to the show.
Yeah, I will. Little preview of what we have coming for Shindy in the new year. It's not the full thing. It's actually a kind of a brochure. You probably know what I'm talking about, Martin.
Yeah.
Just very brief thing, but it's very exciting too. Like, it's not political. This is the beauty of what we're doing. We're trying to capture so many aspects of society that have gone corrupt.
Yeah. Just get to work. Just get to work in your own community.
That's it. Yeah. And it requires as well, people say, oh, you're not doing that much. It's up to you. You know, if you're in Kildare, if you're in Dublin, if you're in Galway, and you want to do something, we provide the tools. Get stuck in. We can't do it. You know, we will be doing it in their own places, but everyone needs to do it. You know.
Angela Leggett there. The work you guys have been doing is pretty outstanding. Shin Nadina, Ireland Force, Steel Heron, Irish Column Show. It's non-stop, and any true Irish nationalist is witness to this.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you very much.
Angela. Appreciate it.
And Angela, in fairness to her, was at the Ireland First launch. Remember the whole gig we did, the presentation? Mm-hmm. In fairness to her.
We must have.
Just jealous, Anthony. You're more handsome than him.
we must plan road shows for the new year for 2026. We need to do more of those because we've got some great stuff there. We've got some great presentations. We've got great speakers. Let's go bring it around the country.
The beauty of it as well, Martin, is when we were at that presentation, there was a dialogue, there was a back and forth. It wasn't like you were on a stage. You were in the middle of the crowd presenting this. And people said, what about this? And we take it on board. Absolutely. 10 heads are better than 2, 20 heads are better than 10. This is what's about.
Yeah. Exactly. I have this pulled up here now. Wait, I'll move us to the side and I'll put it out here. This is the Shin Nadina. This is what we have on the page. Anthony, do you want to go through this there? I'll just do whatever I have to do.
Let me just make my screen bigger so I can actually see it. There's a way of doing this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do the same. Yeah.
I'll make this bigger as well if I can.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, is that better for you?
Yep, have it there. So this is a brief trifold leaflet that we'd like. It's a mock-up of it, right? Maybe the finalized thing. There's a little bit of editing to do in it, but it's basically what it is. So it's kind of boiled down to 3 core principles. And there's a screenshot, a brief overview on the right-hand side there of the groups. This won't be a WhatsApp kind of thing. You will have to go through a membership form for Shin Nadina where you will go onto a more privatized app, be away from WhatsApp. And it'll be away from the watchers and the people, who might be in there that you're not too sure about. You'll get rid of the whole video of who are you, 30-second thing. Just scroll up a tiny bit there. It's put into 3 categories there. And these aren't the solid and only categories either. We will have to add on because there's an endless amount of things that need to be covered. Community resilience, self-reliance, honest entities. Just scroll down a little bit, Paul. I won't go through a whole lot of it. I can send the link into the group. So you have housing support, and we have an expert there ready to help people with housing support because I don't know how many people recognize, look, rents are through the roof. People are losing their homes. They're on housing lists. They're being prioritized by people coming into the country. We all know that's like medical cards are handed out willy-nilly, and people who spent their whole life paying tax are struggling to get it. Planting and growing, that's self-sustainability. Fishing skills, again, they're all the same. We obviously have the council, we have security, and I spoke a little bit about that. Self-defence, we have experts there in Cork, Limerick and Dublin to teach people self-defence. There's going to be a lot of community planning, homeschooling, these things are going to be in place because the idea is that if you get more and more people into it, this relies on people to grasp, not us. There might be no need for a Sinn Féin council in the future if every county has their things in place. That's the whole idea. There's no need to hear from me or Martin or Paul. We'll it's just a tool you throw out there. We'll be involved in it, of course. And the whole idea is that we're going to be more surveilled. There's going to be more tyrannical laws. We know what way this is going. Let's provide some kind of a lifeline. Let's dig in together and set a foundation that we can say, no, we're not really interested in your system. It's gone a bit too corrupt for us. We have our network. I know where to get me spuds. I know where the homeschoolers are if the propaganda goes too much. We know where our health professionals are. That's what it is. It's beside politics. I know some people are saying that there's a secret political entity in it. Like, you need something political if you march them out at all. You need some honest entities. You need to gather people who have the expertise and are wide awake to all these corrupt industries. You need that. They might fall into these places, fine. But it's open to everybody. Not just Ireland First people, not just National Party people, not just Hibernian people, anybody who's not even involved in politics.
Yeah. But we always said, Anthony, we're taking a multi-pronged approach. We are attacking it from every single angle. It is politics, it is civic responsibility, it is making people believe in themselves again, it is giving people every single avenue has to be exhausted. I'm just thinking as well, that actual layout, our IT friend, like that would be a wonderful navigation site, a page for the website.
Yeah,
that's your navigation, and every one of those is a link.
Well, funny enough, our IT friend is the one who put me on to see this Manus down the bottom right. He's the one who said to me, look into this, and I messed around and I put in what I needed to. Again, this is just a mock-up, but at the same time, it's quite clean. It kind of boils it down. Yeah. You should put 3 core principles.
Is that I might start using that myself as opposed to the other ones.
Jean
Anthony Casey
sending you her dear friend warm wishes and prayers. I got a lovely message from Jean this week. I was in tears listening to it. I tried to visit her in hospital. I won't say what hospital. I'm not allowed because I think someone else told me that there's a lockdown there with the flu thing going around. What a warrior. Always had an amazing time for her. Salt of the air, the old stock. She'd be out there front line if she could be. So God bless you, Jean, if you are listening.
She has been on numerous occasions.
Yeah. Numerous occasions, yes. Yeah. And we've been there with her.
She's very reminiscent of, I talked with my nana a good bit. And there was a time one day we were on the phone together, and she might remember this, and she sang a song, and I swear the voice in the song was the one my nana sang. And I was like, wow, she's a lovely
Someone
person.
coming back to help you, Anthony. That's what it is. Someone coming back to help you.
Yeah. Well, my nana was the one who told me about all this, and I always say that. My nana told me the world that you're going to live through is going to be very tough. They're going to roll out all these things.
Yeah.
And she told me, put the head down, that there will be positivity afterwards. You might not live through it, but your kids certainly will. It was just her warning shot. When COVID rolled in, I said, this is very akin to what she was talking about. And that kind of gives me a bit of hope that, when you're trying to do the right thing.
Exactly.
Right,
I'm looking at it. How did we all end up here? I'm going to be honest with you. I was a fucking head case. I was drink, always locked the whole lot. I woke up one night in the Bladen River in Rotterdam, survived that. Fell 550 feet. Like, I fell 550 feet off Hout Head and landed on a rock in the middle of the water. Like, I went 200 feet over the edge. How the fuck do you survive that shit? You know what I mean? So that's why I think I'm here for a reason. You know what I mean? And I think we've all met for a reason. So I'm hoping this is to take back this country and look after for our kids. That's what I'm hoping.
It's actually, it is actually funny. There's a city slicker, a muck savage, and a posh Kildare boy.
Sorry, Walkinstown.
I can tell you, lads, I've been through some stuff.
I know.
What's great about me? I can put the shirt on and talk, but
but we're
boys won't say it.
Yeah, it's a weird connection we all have, and there's definitely something at work. I think about it all the time. There's definitely. I was supposed to go have a meeting, right? That somebody was concerned about, and my car keys went missing for 2 days. I was very upset. I could not find my car keys for 2 days, and I couldn't attend that meeting.
Oh yeah, how'd you get on?
I found them.
Where'd you find them? Where?
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. Not publicly, but literally, that potentially. Do you know what I mean? There's people around me that are convinced that there are bigger things at play and there's powers at play, and we're being guided. I know it sounds a bit corny, but I truly believe that. I think there is a higher power guiding us to, or it might just be awakening us to a kind of a challenge that needs to be done. And look, to be honest, all this is written down. There's a great book there, and every single bit of this is in it. And
I agree wholeheartedly. I think that, look, I do think that we're somewhat molded for where we are now. And look, what greater purpose. I went for a pint with my dad earlier on tonight, and there was a local guy who's somewhat supportive and understands what I'm doing. He says, I need a few jars with him. Look, he says, I know what you're trying to do, but, you can't do it. Why not just live your life and have a few drinks? And this is a globalist thing. I'm not trying to put you down or anything like that, but I'm just telling you. And I said, look, I said something in Cork in June this year. I said, in 30 years' time, when my grandkids are sitting on my knee, I can tell them that I stood up no matter what the end result was. And I tried my best to fight what had to happen. And if we all just hold dear to that, look, I'll make no mistake about it. I'm very positive about Sinn Féin. Like, I don't think there's anything quite like it. I think this is why there's such resistance to us. I don't think it's Ireland first. I think it's because we recognise that there is somewhat of a division within politics. Although it's important, there needs to be something more robust and something more grassroots. I think, we've all been through the wars, we've all been through tests in our life, and it makes you more resilient. Like, I can tell you now, compared to this time last year, my skin is way thicker. I could care less about a lot of the stuff. I don't care who hates me or what threats come, and all the threats have come. They've come to me, they've come to my family, all that stuff. I don't care really, because what's important? The future for your kids, your country, your heritage. And people know, look, I have a strong nationalist heritage in my family. It's not unlike all of us. We're the guys who saw what was coming and recognized the patterns and said, no, you know what? I'm very anti-bullying. I have been for my whole life. And funny you say it, Poshkid, I got in more fights as a young fella than well over 100. I never knocked out, by the way, nothing like that. But I will say I was very anti-authority. But when I saw someone brushing off someone else, say, out, I'd say, no, what happened there? And he says, what do you mean? I get it. I hated bullies. And I think that has carried on to what I see with the government. They're bullying people. And I'm kind of like, how dare you? These are taxpayers. These are Irish, just people of era. You don't deserve to do that. And then you kind of look into it. None of these guys, Minister of Finance, Minister of Agriculture, none of them have actually the expertise in these fields. So I'm like, why can't the citizens take them on? If you're speaking honestly and you're speaking the truth, hold on a second, that doesn't make sense at all. We know climate change is a lot of nonsense. It's just taxation and control. So I think people should have more self-confidence. They can take on these little political corrupt tyranny pockets of their own communities. Do it. You won't be embarrassed. Don't worry about what people think.
I was in a car crash in Portugal where I got thrown around the car like a washing machine. I walked out of it, then I got into an ambulance and was driven through a forest for I mean, well,
it's a movie in itself.
You want to join the party, John? Come with us. Come and join us. This is what we're looking for. Anyone with near-death experiences that shouldn't be here.
Put her out in the front line there. Just
yeah. Sheepdog. It's structured, Anthony Casey. That's why they are afraid of what ye are doing. Yes, exactly. And they see what we did with Ireland first in the first 3 months of taking it over. We done more in Ireland first in 3 months than what they did in 2.5 years.
Paul, as well, I would say that people often like to say, "Oh, they're fucking they're dome merch and all this kind of stuff." Like three of us have had strong careers. You know,
Yeah.
you know, you were
until all of this
computing
shit
for
show kicked
you were
off.
computing for a long time, Paul. And Martin, you were in
23 years.
management, and you know, and I was in management and have a level 8 business, international certified transport logistics, like you know, all this stuff. I'm qualified social studies. I've had a range of stuff like that. Like I think this is what the problem is. When we walked into certain parties, I think people recognize that there's a group of people coming together who have good ideas here. And my apprehension was that why are people pushing against that? Like I tried to bring on robust policies to a certain party, and I felt in resistance. And I said, why is that? Like I literally sat down with nurses and teachers that I know and asked, what would keep you in this country? What would you like to see admin-wise in your field? And there was people very resistant to that. And I said, that's interesting. What's going on there? And that's my apprehension to a lot of the leadership that was. And that's all I kind of say about it, that we need something more robust. Like we look at our leaflets when we were canvassing immigration, massive issue. But there's a lot more things. Like people are very upset about disability services or the lack thereof at the door.
Yeah, suicides. People were talking to me about mental
excess
health.
Debts. You know, Paul, we weren't allowed to talk about excess debts here when we were in that party, and that hurt. I remember when Dr. Jerry Waters came on board. I said in an AC meeting, "Hold on a second, does this mean we're?"
There's another man. There's another man who I brought, who I got on board in the IFP.
But this is the thing. Like, you have to be unapologetic in calling it the thing. Like we had a meeting, and I won't say who it was with, me and you, Paul, and they were kind of saying, why not go more centrist? And I said,
nope.
This country will get worse and worse. And what would they be looking for? Ain't it? No. They'd be looking for intelligent human rights people. When I say human rights, I mean citizen rights.
Indigenous rights.
Yeah, indigenous rights. Yeah, absolutely. And I think Martin particularly spent a long time crafting the Constitution that was very specific to that. We spent a lot of time. And this is why we'd be so upset to lose Ireland First to the hands of a nationalist. And I won't go too much into it, but there's a lot of work gone into that. And this is just volunteer work. So that has to be recognised too. Like Ireland First has a massive potential because of the scrutiny that went into it in building what it was from the foundation. And it stands for what it is.
It wasn't even that. It was the scope of the organizational structure we built in relation to how this is the funniest thing. That organizational structure completely focused on working with other political entities. Remember, we would have our outside advisors, our non-political input, people who didn't want to do politics but still wanted to throw ideas on the table, avenues for them to come in, liaisons between other political parties, actually people just there within the party to communicate with other parties to make sure we're all not stepping on each other's toes, or that we can run candidates together, we can support each other. But like, it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing. We should be a year. We should be a year into it now. We should be coming up to celebrating, early next year, a year's anniversary of work and policy and this, that, and the other. And that's why I'm angry. It's just that, just for the record, by the way, in case anybody's watching, I committed to deleting a X post, and while the Michael Leahy video was playing, I did delete that X post. I am a man of my word. The sentiment of the post does not change. I'm just respecting the information I was given, that the person who put in the appeal to the ELC decision is not affiliated with the party in question, or so they claim. So
look, and like that as well, that shows, I think to be fair, that shows us again trying to take people at their good faith word. And I said, even though it's hard to do because there is multiple attacks, we will take that on board and try and see wolf from the trees for the sake of the country. You have to, we're very guarded. We've been stung a lot over the last year, and we've been fooled. And there's a lot of people who've shown their true colours. So we are focused on what we're doing. If honest people come to us, that's fine. But there's definitely an attempt to take down Ireland First. If that's a single individual or if that's an entity, that's yet to be seen. But we'll go on facts, and there's one name written across that, and that's what we go with. Lorraine there, Sinn Féin is max potential. I could see it from its infancy. That's why I put my heart and soul into it too. I think anything can be achieved if you get fully behind something, work hard to get it there. Yeah.
True.
Absolutely. And the driving
no
force
one
behind
has
it,
worked
Lorraine, you are.
harder. I'm going to be honest, nobody has worked harder.
No,
Well,
yeah, she's amazing.
Don't get me wrong, but Lorraine has really put a lot of effort into this, you know what I mean? And it's
100%.
it was her baby, like, you know what I mean? She was the one that's like, and what happened in Limerick happened in Limerick. I get that, you know what I mean? But that was down to other people coming in and trying to influence other people. We'll talk about that in another show. But I did say this, didn't I? You got a message off a certain person the other day to say I was a liar, that they didn't say what you said. I said, well, I'm coming on the record here now. Yes, you did say that, John Malloy. Yes, you did say that. You turned around to me and said, we're all fighting for the same thing. Once we get rid of Casey, everything will be grand. And I turned around to you and said, well, that's not going to fucking happen, John. And I walked away. They were the words that were spoke. You also went over and said something to Gavon from the X-Spaces as well. I don't know what you said to him, but you said that you didn't say that to him either. I saw you talking to him. I saw you pointing to him.
Gavon said he
Don't
saw
be calling
Sinead
me
a badge on his collar, and he said, you're not affiliated with them scumbags, are you? We need to take them down, all this kind of stuff. And Gavon didn't. He said this is Coronation Street stuff. Look, people have given me warning shots, take that down within 24 hours. I say the truth. Bring what you want. I have plenty of receipts. I don't want to do any of this stuff. It's terrible. Like, people who say, these are spatting with each other and nationalist divide. These aren't nationalists. That's the difference. That's my whole point of my video. But regardless, if they stay quiet and do their own thing, like I've always said, then so be it. Do whatever you want to do.
We have a colleague in Cork, and I would like to sit down and maybe get them involved in some of the other groups and people around the place. And I'd like to come up with a written description of what nationalism in the Irish sense actually is, and actually have that mantra to actually say, when I say I'm a nationalist, this is what I mean. And it's along the terms of blood and soil, because that's all that matters. But we should do that. We should put a piece of literature together to actually say, well, when we say we are nationalists, this is what we mean. And let's own it. Let's take it. Centrists and soft right and people with maybe just a talking points in immigration, they're not nationalists. A nationalist is something very, very different. A nationalist means you put blood and soil above all else. Nothing else matters. The indigenous people and the land. That's it. We'll need to flesh it out a little bit, but I think it'd be good to promote that. And then it's how do you say it? It's an olive branch to offer to other true nationalists that are under different headers or different banners and stuff like that, and say, look, this is what nationalism is. This is what you are. Okay, let's work together. In tangent, so to speak, different paths, but same destination. But yeah, okay. I've just got my over Christmas project. I know what I'm going to be doing.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to finish up now with, okay. Katie Hopkins. I love her. I think she's brilliant.
Yeah, she's
brilliant.
brilliant.
This is her walking around London.
Just wanted to bring you to the Warren Street homeless encampment, which is growing at quite a rate. It's kind of surprising when you think about the weather that you face on a daily basis outside, and the grey and the dark. But this tented encampment here in the heart of London, right next to Fitzrovia, some of the most expensive houses that there are in the capital, has been growing and growing. And you'll see right now, obviously the guys are hunkered down under tarpaulins. And this is the same picture as you see in America, LA, Skid Row. And it's kind of the model for the leftists, is to bring people in with no real plan how to help look after them, and to keep people entirely dependent. This is actually the model for the left. Make people entirely dependent, make people incapable of their own choices or decisions, so that the state controls everyone. And it's why numbers are imported on a massive basis. I'm going to take you across the road now to the other half of the encampment. So across the road to the other side now of the encampment. And when you think about it, you know, Sadiq Khan, the very disappointing nipple-hype mayor of Londonistan, he talks about how London is a welcoming city. Well, I'm sure if this lot weren't hunkered down trying to stay warm, they would tell you otherwise here in the mud and the filth of Warren Street. I have to tell you as well, it's not particularly hygienic, which you can't imagine, because these people haven't been provided with toilets. Sadiq Khan also spends over £6 million on his own PR and communications team to make him look more impressive on the world stage. I would love to see him come and stand here with these people as his backdrop. Or I would love him to divert some of that £6 million to help him get people off the streets.
Fair play to her. She does cover it, but this is what's happening. Like, they're putting them into the affluent areas, and they're all getting housed out of it. Like, it's crazy.
There's a good
we're
interview
nearly
between Tucker Carlson and Piers Morgan. I've been watching a bit of Tucker Carlson there lately. He's very strong. Wraps people up, you know. Sorry, yeah.
So, Anthony, did you click something?
No, I can
AI
see something here.
up there.
What's that?
AI
Peak traffic
clicked
on
it. I
it.
got rid of it.
Posted 1 second ago. Peak traffic on AI clips. Clip generation is experiencing high demand. You may notice long. Oh, it's a message from the StreamYard.
StreamYard, yeah.
Don't worry, I'm just going to play a little video here that we have for. Hold on, have I got it here? I'll see if I got it here. I'll pull it down here. Boom. It's just a Shin and Adina video that we have. I'm just going to pull it down. It'll only be a second. Pull it down. We'll finish off the comments here. Love Katie. Everybody loves her. She has balls. Yes, women in the West need to listen to her. Yes, they do. They do. Trump, I'm not fond of himself, but credit where credit is due. Same story with Katie. I like Katie Hopkins. I always have. When she put Ryan Tuberty in his place on the Late Late Show, that did it for me. That did it for me. Yeah. So I'm just going to play. This is only a couple of seconds long. This is what's coming, Shin and Adina.
No sound, is there?
There's no sound. You said
We're very
with no sound.
We're very quiet about our work.
Yeah.
Anyone
No
know
sound.
who? Anybody know who Era Forever is on X? Era Forever at Era Forever.
Yeah, it's a brand new X site, so I presume it's one or two people. Yeah, it came out against me today, and when I dug into it, it's a fake page, another nameless page, just set up to take us down.
They're just Orla's just sent me something there.
Yeah, it's only a one person. It's one person in the.
You know, it's the guy who's playing high and mighty right now.
You're not willing to put your face to your name. You're a nothing. You're a nobody. All you are is hot hair.
Can I just say, Paul, they can come on here and we can have a debate, or I'll go to wherever they are, or we'll go to wherever they are. You know, we've always said it.
Yeah.
I've just seen some that they've made some very, very personal comments about my personal life there, which are untrue. But yeah, if I'm just gonna say, like there's certain things I'll find funny and the certain things I'll let go. Stuff like that. If I find out who you are, I'm going to. You will have life-altering altercations.
Okay, on that note.
No, I just saw that there, and like I said, it's.
I know, but I only have a minute and a half to play the national anthem, so I'm going to drop you down.
Incitement to violence. Incitement to violence. Fucking Murphy's going to kill someone. Murphy's going to kill someone.
Shit. I don't care. I'll help you, mate. I'll help you.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop you down. I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm going to drop you down too, Anthony. Right? I'll talk to you in a minute. I'll just make myself bigger, and I'm going to just go off with. The truth is like a lion. You don't have to. This is what we do every night. You've just heard the truth tonight again. The truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night.
Thank you.